It's Thursday. Good morning. We're back at the Trenton Statehouse. Woo! Woohoo! And we got a Puffco Peak to give away. We're going to do a strain review from Terrasand in Maplewood. I got a couple of strains there. I want to try them out. We're going to try out 10th Planet and Candy Store. Do a strain review. Cannabis Cup, whatever you want to call it. Here at the Statehouse, like we do for the last 7 years. Last 7 years we've been out here at the Statehouse. Nothing works here. I've been here for 7 years. Medication doesn't work. I hate this place. Where is that video? Where is that video of that guy? I love that guy. Let me set that up. I wish I had set that up ahead of time. I think it's this guy.
Nothing works here. Nothing works here. Medications don't work. I hate this place.
Love this guy.
I've been here for 7 years. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I hate this place.
Can you hear me at all?
Nothing works here. Nothing works here.
Can you tell us anything else that might be helpful to you?
I hate this place.
Is he just
What?
repeating the same thing?
I can't hear you. What? You have to talk into the mic or I can't hear you.
I said it's sad to what?
I think we
It's
should
sad?
give him Ativan.
Well, this is what people go through.
Terrible.
This is what people go through.
We have medicine for him?
This is how I feel most days.
Medication you want?
Literally, this is literally how I feel almost every day.
Nothing works here.
At the Statehouse, this is how I feel.
Nothing works here.
Yeah, at the Statehouse.
Nothing works here.
Exactly.
Nothing works here.
Exactly. Right behind me.
Medications don't work.
Nothing's
I
working
hate
here.
this place. I've been here for 7 years. Nothing works here. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I hate this place. I've been here for 7 years. Nothing works here.
here since yesterday.
Medications don't work.
Have you lie
I
down over
hate this
here,
place.
and then we'll get you some
Nothing works
medication,
here.
okay?
Take some more Adderall. Take some more Ativan. Take some more pharmaceuticals, son. You'll feel better.
Nothing works here.
Now we'll try something that works. Let's try something different. Let's up your dose. Let's
Nothing
up your
works
dose.
here.
Hey Slav, we're gonna up your dose. How's that?
This place.
I hate it.
How about we do a couple of drugs together and let them interact with each other?
Actually, you know, it's funny you say that. I could be on 5 medications for my car accidents,
Yikes.
and I'm not. Ha ha ha.
Yikes.
I hate
Yep.
this place.
Because of cannabis.
Nothing works
Because
here.
I did
Medications
a lot of
don't
work.
I've been here for 7 years.
This thing sounds a little.
Nothing works here.
Your
I
headphones.
hate this place.
Because there's stuff going on. You need to
Nothing
hear
works
what's going
here.
on.
The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
This is how I feel in
hate
Trenton.
This place.
Exactly.
Nothing works
I
here.
agree.
The medications don't work.
100%.
I made the right
I hate
decision.
this place. Nothing works
It was a
here.
gamble.
Medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years. Nothing works here. Nothing works here.
Obviously he doesn't like this place.
Medications don't work.
And I don't know. You know, they think the medicine is the cure-all. It really takes time to get used to the
Yeah, it takes time to get used to the
It's very
Adderall.
enclosed. You feel like
The-
you're never
the
going to
legal
get out. It
methamphetamine.
took me the roof, so it helps a lot. And I think that's what he needs, is to have a little more freedom. Whether he's got to go out on a pass with staff or, you know, someone strong enough that can handle him. But I really don't think it's right putting him in a seclusion room. I don't think that's the answer.
I've been here for 7 years. Nothing works here.
Here, take your pill, young man. This is when they give him his pill. No. No, he's about to start again. Can you imagine feeling like this every day? But you just have to keep saying that over and over and over to the staff because they don't listen. Why are you repeating yourself? Because you're not listening. Because you're not listening. Because you're not listening. The medication doesn't work, and you're not listening. I've been here for 7 years. The medication doesn't work, and you're not listening. That's why he's repeating himself. It's very. You're right, Slav. It's very sad.
My morning's a little bit worse right now because of this video, but it's okay.
Oh no! Come on, pal. Buck up, little camper. It gets better from here. No, it doesn't really. I got more stuff. Wait till we get to the list.
You have lied to me.
I have a list that will really ruin your day. A list of all our dead friends at the end of the show. It's like
we will remember them.
And you know what? We will remember them. That's why we do it. We want to remember our friends. That's why we're here. We're here to honor our friends because the friends used to be here. Jeff used to be here. Roger Barber used to be here. Bill Buckman used to be here. Cheryl Miller used to be here. Diana Patella used to be here. They all used to come here. Terry used to be here. They used to come here. Jeff was going to chain himself to the front door. Remember that?
A lot of people didn't make it to the legal recreational cannabis. They didn't make it to the medicinal cannabis.
No.
I mean, and a lot of these people came here to fight.
But stick around. We got a Puffco Peak to give away. This thing that we're dabbing off right now, this is going to be given away. Also, the strain review from Apothecarium. That guy Nick can grow some weed, I think. I've had some weed there. It's pretty good.
Bring in the boss one. I'm gonna get mine. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Don't tell me how you're off and down. When you're smiling in my face, but you play me like a clown and you fool, bitch. So just step back. I'm mad dad when I come down straight. I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who do you wanna roll with? Lefty. Let's roll. I'm back on the scene. It's time to get mean. I'm a lean revolution machine. For what people stay, they sway. For today is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly this, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises all the time. Don't cross the line, and you know it's mine. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty. Let's roll.
Green screen on the
Who you wanna
papers.
roll with?
There's a green screen on the papers. Rolling papers.
Let's roll.
Sativa Crust rolling papers, man. These are killer. We'll have these at the Lake and Bake August 14th, and the Canifest, New Jersey Canifest, August 21st and 22nd. What? Sorry, I can't hear you.
We're gonna raise the roof in AC.
I can't wait.
Showboat's roof is gonna come off.
Lefty. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty.
Back at the Statehouse,
Let's roll.
I have a bunch of fruit. Slav, can you get the fruit out of my front seat? Please. Just bring it all and set it up right here. We got free food. Free fruit for anyone who comes by today. It's a hot day. We don't want to get hot tacos or pizza. We're going to go with the fruit today. We got bananas and apples and yeah, let's do it the right way.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? 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 Who you wanna roll with?
Good morning. Good morning, Trenton. Yes. 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 Hold on. I had to set something up here. My Bluetooth is not set up yet. taking phone calls for the raffle. If you would like to win this Puffco Peak, give us a call. Are you in here, Mary? Are you in here? Hold on. Do I have your name in here? I didn't see your name in here. Not too late, though. You're not too late. Don't worry, Mary. You're not too late. Hold on. You're not in here. I just checked the list, and you're not in there. Mary, would you like to be in the Puffco Peak raffle? Okay. I'm going to put you in. I'm putting Mary Farrar into the raffle. So be listening to your name. You'll have 15 minutes once your name is called to either call or respond on text. I want you to call. Actually, I think they should just call. They should call. You got to call in. Yeah, you got to call in. I want to talk to you and congratulate you for winning this Puffco Peak, and I want to fill it up for you. I want to put dabs in here for you. If you're not here, too bad. So we're going to dab out of your Puffco Peak. I'll try not to drop it. I will dirty it, though. I'm sorry. I'm going to make it all oily. Oh, yeah. Dabbing at the Statehouse. Dabbing at the Statehouse. Oh. Dabbing at the Statehouse. I love it. So here we have a table full of free fruit. We got bananas, peaches, apples, oranges. I don't know what else is over there. Plums, apples. We got a lot of stuff going on here. And nectarines. Yes. We are set, man. Whoop whoop. Welcome to the Ignorance is No Excuse podcast here at the Statehouse in Trenton, where it's actually dead. There's no politicians here. They're all on vacation. Don't you love when they all go on vacation? What gets done in Trenton? There's like no, it's like a ghost town here. Literally, the only people you see here are the guys working, and they're going to come over here and smoke and grab some food later. The guys working on the Statehouse. This is great. So we got to make a few phone calls. We had a crazy week. We went to a Middletown council meeting, and it was very frustrating listening to that mayor. What's his name? Perry? Listening to Mayor Perry. And when they reported on it, they didn't talk about anything that we said. I talked about how they are disrupting the supply chain of medicine to our vets, which they are, and there was no mention of that. And they're trying to say that they're not including medical in this ordinance. Well, there is no exemption for medical, that's for sure. You sure made it vague enough so that people that are sick and dying are sure left in the dark and vagueness. How vague is that? Don't disabled vets deserve better, Mayor Perry? And then you're going to talk crap about Brian Stack. You say, oh, Brian Stack voted yes, and then he voted no for Union City, duh. No, Mayor Perry. Brian Stack voted yes for cannabis and voted yes for medical cannabis in Union City, and he didn't take the tax. He didn't take the tax. He didn't take the wheelchair tax. He didn't take the cancer tax. He didn't take the multiple sclerosis tax. He didn't take the PTSD tax. He didn't want to tax the sick and the dying, Mayor Perry. Really, Mayor Perry? And he didn't have nothing to say after I spoke. So I went to see Brian Stack this week, and very productive. I believe we're going to get wheelchair access. I believe we're going to get this ordinance. This one-step ordinance. I think we're going to get it. Stop. I think it's going to happen. Because his parents were both cancer patients, and they were both in wheelchairs. And there was been times where Brian Stack, Senator Stack, brought his father to a restaurant, and he couldn't get in. And they looked at him like he was out of his mind for even trying to bring his father out to a restaurant in a wheelchair. So Brian Stack never went back to that restaurant. But he gets it, and he sees the problem here. Hey. Savvy Jane. Jason. Moms who smoke weed are not bad moms. No, they're not. They're fun. They're fun moms. What's going on?
I'll get the chairs.
Yeah, we didn't get any chairs. Yeah, Slav, what happened, Slav? I thought you were producing our show today. He's more interested in eating free food. That's what we got. Free food. Welcome to the free food and free dabs. Free food, free dabs. We're giving away a Puffco Peak. It's dead today. It's absolutely dead. There's no politicians. There's no patience. Everybody's on vacation. They're all on vacation. I've never seen it dead like this. It was dead like this last July. Well, not last year, but 2 Julys before. It was like this. July is a bad month to come here. And we used to do weekly podcasts. And it was crazy. All right, good. So I'm going to try to get this together. Hi, Marina. Cancer tax. Yeah, it's a cancer tax. Exactly, cancer tax. So Brian Stack did not take the cancer tax. And he's allowing for medical cannabis. So shut up, Mayor Perry. Mayor Perry from Middletown, who's been busting our balls for years about this. Oh, we're going to ban medical. Oh, no, we're tabling it. Oh, we're going to ban medical. Oh, we're tabling it. Oh, we're going to ban medical. Oh, really? That's your life, is just freaking torture us, Mayor Perry? Let's torture the sick and the dying even more than they're tortured with their own diseases. Let's make them feel even worse in Middletown. Disabled vets in Middletown. Good luck if you're a disabled vet in Middletown. They just took away your medicine. They took away your wheelchair access. You ever go up to Route 36? Look at the wheelchair access on Route 36. It's pathetic. But that's what we do for our vets in this country. We don't spit on them anymore. We spit on them through other ways. Remember we used to spit on them after Vietnam? Well, now we still spit on them, but without spit. It's like a dry spit. Here's your dry spit. Here's no wheelchair access. I think I'd rather be spit on than have no wheelchair access. For real.
Mm-hmm. All day.
Serious. All day, right? Just get me in the building, and I'll wipe the spit off. I'll go to the bathroom at least and wipe the spit off. Can't even get to the bathroom. What's that? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Come on in. Talking to the mic.
Grab the head.
Grab the headphones. Savvy Jane, you got a mic there. I think you're the white one here. You're the yellow one. I'm glad you're here. We got a lot to talk about because we had some crazy stuff happening. Jane, you came with us to Wall. That was fun. What'd you think about that one? Those guys are great down there, though. I gotta tell you, Blaze and Lincoln.
Yes.
They're awesome.
Great company. Definitely great company. And yeah, it was a good time. We're gonna go to. Well, I'm gonna go to Randolph tonight. We're having another meeting where they're going to officially announce the ban. And I pulled out the Survey Monkey. They have a Survey Monkey that tells the 705 of the residents.
Put that mic up to you because I can't through the mask and there you go. That's much better.
705 residents took this survey. And if you look at the results of this survey, overwhelmingly, exactly as we have voted, this survey states that we want these businesses in our town. Strongly approve. Question 4. We had question 1. Which of the following best describes you? And it just gives you the information of what everybody recognizes themselves as, your age group. So the first question, in general, do you approve or disapprove of allowing cannabis cultivation of allowing commercial cultivation of cannabis in Randolph? Growing cultivation of cannabis will likely be done in large greenhouses or warehouses. So 37.73 strongly approve, 26.81% approve. We had 9.79 neither approve or disapprove, 6.24% disapprove, and 20% strongly disapprove. But all these questions, they seem to point that overwhelmingly that we would like to have these businesses in our town. We already voted 64.8%. They put this Survey Monkey up for the entire town to have at it. And, the results still reflect the same thing, that we want it.
How many votes were there?
I don't remember the exact total of votes. I just I know that it was 64.8%.
Right.
Wow.
And this survey definitely reflects that they'd like to see these businesses operated in town. And I believe there were 300 and some comments, 311 comments.
Wow.
So I'm going to the meeting tonight, and I'm going to present this to them. Not only did we vote for it, you put up this Survey Monkey, and this Survey Monkey, that's exactly what it reflects. It reflects that we want these businesses, and I want to have one of those businesses.
I get it.
Yeah, why shouldn't you? Why do the billionaires get the first dibs? What happened to the working class people getting ours? Help us out. We're struggling. These billionaires aren't struggling.
No.
Why? I don't get it. They don't care about the working class, and they don't care about vets. This ordinance is medical cannabis too in Randolph, right?
They banned everything.
So they don't care about the vets.
They don't care about anything.
Right. So disabled vets. Well, I'm going to go there tonight and tell them to take their flag down. You don't deserve to have that flag. If you hate the vets that much, you want to take away their medicine. The Taliban gives medicine to our vets. The Taliban gives medicine to our vets. Did you know that? But not Randolph. No, Randolph can't even do what the Taliban does. Maybe the Taliban runs Randolph. Maybe that's what it is. Conspiracy theory number 1.
It's probably conspiracy theory number 10. It just add it to the list.
Jeez.
So I don't know. I'm pretty fired up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight. I forgot I was going there tonight. That's where I'm going tonight, so I'll be there.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
Oh, I'm leaving here early. All right, we're done. All right, let's go. Who wins the Puffco Peak? Oh, by the way, any new entries for the Puffco Peak? Anybody?
How are you getting entries these days?
I have a feeling that there's only a few people watching. The people that are watching are going to win.
Uh-oh.
Because you have to be watching to win. You have 15 minutes to call in. If you don't call in, you don't win.
I hear a caller. Oh, that's not. That's you.
You don't win, man. So, my phone. Hold on. Let's see if my phone's working. Hold on. All right, you guys take over the show. I'm going to fix my phones. Hold on. Ready, go. Be funny or something.
I'm like Cindy Brady when I know there's a camera.
I do this to you guys all the time. I'm so mean. But I'm the one who's like paranoid.
Well, for my, this is Jason with Savvy Jane. My experience is back in Colorado, and they were very friendly at the beginning when we went medicinal to the quote little guy, and the little guys were able to be treated fairly and equally with the MSOs, and I'm not getting that sense so far in New Jersey. But to be fair, of course, we need to see what comes out from the CRC after August 21st. So that will answer a lot of questions, for me at least. But the way we stand right now, as you've been stating all morning, the balance is out of whack. Okay, I mean, the bigger operators are being clearly favored, and I don't agree with that way of operation at all. And I'm hoping that podcasts like yours and voices like yours will get people to the people in power to listen, and that the little guy needs they have a right to get into this market. It's not fair to keep it for the billionaires.
Did they have home grow out there?
Oh yeah,
that was the thing. So you had home grow from day one.
From day one.
So that was the thing.
From day one.
It was free.
Why wasn't that part of what we have going here?
Virginia too, right? Didn't they go home growth day one?
Yeah, I think they did.
There's already a consumption lounge. They went. Was it June 1st? There's already a consumption lounge in Virginia Beach.
Sheesh.
I just don't understand why. It just seems to be a little bit confused right now. I don't want to get heavier than that, but it just seems to be a little confused.
Well, didn't we vote on this or not? You voted on it.
I kind of think so, yeah.
So okay, We voted on it to be legal, but we don't want access to it, and we don't want to be able to grow it.
Right, exactly.
Well,
Right.
Sweeney and Murphy never agreed, right? So they never got the legislature that way. Even though Murphy said he was going to do it within the first 100 days, it went all downhill politically, you know, and so we had to do a referendum. We got the referendum, and the reason I think why the homegrown never happened is because of going back to their disagreement. You know what I'm saying? Murphy didn't really want to sign the legislature. He signed it the last 20 minutes before the time clock expired, essentially. Yeah. So it's that. So it's up to us. You know, maybe can we get another referendum for homegrown, Lefty?
No, we have it. We want it. We want legal
no, I know
weed.
we want, but oh, okay.
That's what they want. They want us to break it down more, and we don't want to break it down. We want legal weed. So we want everything.
Yeah.
Give it to us.
I thought that's what we voted on, by the way.
Yeah, we got to vote on every little thing. No, man.
No.
It's legal.
It just seems bizarre that the Garden State
There was
is
a lot of it. There was
not letting us
Garden
grow.
State, ha ha.
Because the government wants to be in our gardens. That's
there was
what
a lot
I
of
keep hearing.
issue in terms of how broad the question was to begin with. Everybody was concerned. That was the biggest concern with the question on the ballot, and here we are with this problem. And this concern was brought up day one when when we saw the actual question. Remember, everybody says, "Oh wow," So there's hurdles, but they're hurdles, so they're meant to be jumped. We're gonna jump them.
Yeah, let's make the sick and dying jump through hoops. This is great. People in wheelchairs, make them jump through hoops, make them go through the obstacle courses, and get Ubers to get your medicine, and pay extra money to have delivery. And yeah, let's make the disabled vets suffer more. Good job, New Jersey. Disgusting.
And they say, well, how are we going to regulate that? How are we going to keep an eye on it? You don't belong in my garden.
Yeah.
The government doesn't belong in our gardens.
They used to be in our bedrooms.
Yeah.
Remember when they were in remember when the government was in our bedrooms? Remember that? Back in the 40s and 50s and all that. That was fun, right?
The Patriot Act doesn't help nowadays either.
So, yeah, get out of our bedrooms, get out of my bathroom, get out of my medicine cabinet, get out of my
garden.
Sheesh. What else? Get out of my kitchen.
We voted on this.
Get off my flat earth, right? I have a flat earth. I want you to stay off my flat earth. If I have a flat earth, it's my flat earth, not yours. Don't keep your laws off my flat earth.
That's right. You tell him. Tell him, Lefty.
You got it, man. What are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you off to? What are you come by, you say hi, and then you ghost again. What are you doing, man?
I gotta catch the bus to go to the job. I can stick around for a little bit.
Yeah, you want to dab?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Dab me up.
All right. There you go.
Suave, I see you over there looking
Took you a lot of convincing there.
Grab that mic. See that mic over there? Hey, just it's free fruit here, man. You want to take something to work with you, man? There you go.
Lefty,
Thank you.
may I?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, Slava, you know what I love about bananas? They're so appealing.
Take Couple to work with you.
All right, I have to charge the Puffco. Hold on.
So when we were out in Oregon and we were visiting dispensaries, the dispensaries there were so nice. They were so intimate. They were so
Welcoming.
helpful. It's so different. Like whenever I used to go to dispensaries in New Jersey, I always felt like I had to know what my order was. I had to get it. There were people behind me. I felt rushed. I felt like I didn't want to ask any questions. I didn't want to hold up the line or make a big fuss. I wanted to get my stuff and go. When you go into these dispensaries in other states, you get to smell the product, you get to talk to the bud tenders, you get a more intimate experience.
You get a good spectrum of information.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
And
these multi-state operators, that's not what they're about. They're about the money. And I would like to see when licensing does start open up in the adult use market, I would like to see more small people getting involved and keeping these multi-state operators out of the business.
And the quality of the product on balance from the MSOs as opposed to the small operators in at least in the states that we've been to, the quality is much higher and less expensive from the small guys versus the big guys, and the customer service with the small guys is amazing. I mean, they really do take the time to educate you about what you may or may not want, et cetera, et cetera. And the big guys, they're, at least my experience, I have to qualify, has been they're not interested in doing that. They want to sell me, low to medium quality product at a relatively high price. And I don't think that's okay.
Oregon's got some weed. A lot of weed. This is what you do. You got to get it hot first. Get the thing hot first, right? It's probably clogged. Get it hot. Put it in there. Start sucking. Yeah, go for it. Dab your ass out before you go to work. There it is. Yes. Yes.
No heavy machinery today.
Oh, that's my first time using that type of.
Oh, this is a dipper. I love this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I try it again?
I have the honey badger. I
Hold the
love
button.
it.
Hold that button and yeah, suck. There you go. Oh yeah.
One dab?
He's like, that's good.
Exactly.
I know it's good. That's why. I know. Right? Right? Dude, it's tasty. It's like, it's not really harsh. You got a little hit.
You're 18?
Hey, how old are you, by the way?
26.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking.
Keeping it on the up and up here on the Statehouse lawn.
Yeah, here we go. Smoking cannabis on the Statehouse lawn. You can tell your grandkids that.
For many, many years now, by the way.
Yeah. You've been here for quite a few years with us. You've been coming around.
Yes, indeed. I'm glad that you guys are still here doing this. Yeah. I'm so glad the lefty is still out here doing this thing, getting high in front of the Statehouse.
I got nothing better to do, bro.
Every Thanksgiving we
That's
get
right.
together here, by the way, and we celebrate Thanksgiving as a family.
That's
And then we go to our families afterwards. So everybody's welcome to come over and hang out.
That's the way to do
Yes.
it. You get a little
So,
high first before the
yeah,
family.
if you smoke, come over here and get dabbed up. And we got fruits, because we fruitful. What's up, man?
It's so appealing.
Help yourself, man. Some free fruit over there. Help yourself. Yeah, you got bananas. We got all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
over there. What's going on, man? How you doing? You want a dab too?
Yeah. You want a peeled orange?
Oh, no, I'm good. I got my banana.
Check this out. Yeah, just pull off it. Pull hard. Might be clogged.
There you go.
Got something? Might be clogged. Pull hard. Oh, there we
There
go.
you go.
There it is. Yeah. Good. Now you need some free fruit. Take an orange. An orange will probably help your high. Right? Is that or mango? Is it mangoes? I think it's mangoes.
Mango.
I should have got some mangoes. What am I thinking? Stoners get mangoes.
Yeah. Peeled.
I think oranges are good for mushrooms. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think that's what it is. And lemons.
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 Lemons and orange.
Right on, man. All right. All right, let's dab out Trenton. All right, who's next? Let's get this Puffco fired up again. I used it so much I've killed the battery this morning already before the show. All right, so we have 13 entries, 15 entries. Here's who we have so far.
That's not many.
I'm telling you.
That's not many.
No, you can probably win. We got Jesus Suarez, Jolene Amascado, Susan Scaretto, Seth, Clayton Matich, Corey Shute, Matt Agron, Manny Miranda, Lester Boge, Joe Walker, Jim Miller, Chuck Kwiatkowski, Slava. How do you say your last name? Vyash. Oh, wait, no.
That's the first name.
That's your first name.
Slav's nickname.
Wait. So
I didn't know you knew my last
Vyacheslav. Vyacheslav.
Vyacheslav.
What? Vyacheslav.
It's a lot. It sounds. It looks.
Vich. Okay. Vyacheslav. Ah. No, it's Smav. Smav.
S-L-A-V-A.
Why do I have S-M-A-V?
You misspelled it.
Slav.
Shame on you.
S-L-A-V. Okay, now I got it. Vyacheslav. That's why I'm like looking at this name. I'm like, this is, wow. And then you have another name.
Slava.
Nickname. you're on your Facebook. What's your full name on Facebook?
Vyacheslav Rabinovich.
Oh, Jesus. I just spelled the Puffco. Rabinovich, that's it. And that's your name too?
Last name.
Gotcha. I never know.
Yeah, you do.
Everybody has different
Don't
names.
pretend like
and
you
you
don't.
confuse me too, because you're Savvy Jane, but you're really Jen. So I'm like, Savvy Jen? No, it's Savvy Jane. Savvy Jen. Savvy Jen.
I answer to Jen, Jane, Savvy, whatever you want
I
to
call you
me.
Jane all the time. I'm
And-
like, oh, it's not Jane.
But-
It's Savvy Jane.
It's all good. I answer to them all.
I answer to Lucky. Then people call me Lucky. I'm like, what? I'm not even going to argue anymore. No, it's Lefty. Lucky. Joe Rulo calls me Lucky all the time. And he knows me. He keeps calling me Lucky. And I'm like, oh, duh. We should call him later and yell at him. Joe Rulo. He's one of the Republicans that don't agree with all the Republicans, but he's still a Trumper. How are you a Trumper? How? Anyone Trumpers here? Any Trumpers? You Trumper? Please explain to me.
I am not a Trumper.
Okay.
However, I'm going to keep this intentionally vague.
No.
A family member of mine, not an immediate family member of mine, but a family member of mine is a Trumper.
Oh my God.
And he was just visiting here from another state for about 5-6 days.
Another planet? Oh, another state.
And the topic of politics was verboten in the House because it just doesn't work. I don't understand his viewpoint at all.
Is he a Trumper that smokes weed at least?
Believe it or not, the answer to that is yes.
Okay, so a lot of Trumpers smoke weed.
I didn't know that until 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he came out.
That was just.
Oh, he came out.
Yes, to me privately.
He's been
yes.
emboldened by a lot of things.
Evidently, he's been imbibing for years, according to him.
Oh.
I had no clue.
Wow.
Blew my mind.
No, this is your mom's brother?
Yes.
No
Wow.
puns intended, but blue.
One of them,
Oh,
yes.
man. Oh, man. Thanksgiving dinner must be a hoot.
I worked the Bernie Sanders campaign, and I like Bernie.
Tommy!
I like Trump.
I like Bernie.
You know, I like Bernie. I like Trump.
You don't
You like
usually
Trump.
hear that in the same sentence.
Wait, what? You like Trump?
Yeah.
What do you like about Trump? Tell me. Okay, what do you like about Trump?
I don't want to talk about it
No,
on this
I like
podcast,
one thing.
Lefty.
I like one thing. I like that he fired a bunch of people. I like that.
I don't think this podcast is meant for this, honestly.
I want to know what you like about Trump.
But we could talk about it on.
No, come on, no, because
Yeah.
Trumpers do not want to talk about
I'm
what
not
they like
gonna
about him.
entertain that.
It's on the
Sorry,
It's on the
bud.
table.
Sorry, guys.
So you're ashamed. You must be ashamed.
No shame. No shame.
Well, you don't want to talk about it.
Well, I don't want.
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about Trump. There's
Yeah.
some things I like about him. More
Like
than
what?
most presidents. Like he didn't take any shit from people. He was a tough guy. I don't want to
politicize Sativa Cross. That's what it is. You know.
We are politicized. We already are.
Not like that though. You know what I mean? Towards the.
Sometimes it's better to just agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I
This
had
is
a
good.
very, very intelligent conversation with somebody who had very different political views.
I do that all the time, just
and
not
you know
on this
what?
podcast.
When we can
It's
have,
my personal
of
choice.
Course,
That's
and,
all.
And we can have a very good discussion. And he made some points, and the way that he spoke about it was very informative. It was things I'm always open to hear.
I'm totally
Other
open. I'm a
things.
super. He knows me.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, you
but
are.
I agree about bringing it on the show. It could.
I think every candidate has a positive to them. Any candidate, they're all humans. You know, they all lie a lot.
Of course.
You know,
Absolutely.
and we don't like that. We don't like the way the political process is happening, and who cares about really Trump or Biden or anybody? You know, it's about us, the people, and we're talking about them and not what essentially what we should be talking about, which is homegrown and trying to get these issues resolved.
Okay, well, here's something that Trumpers don't agree with me on. Is America a racist country or not?
Totally historically
Historically, from day one, right?
from day one.
A lot of Trumpers don't believe that.
How can you talk for a lot of people? Do you know a lot of Trumpers?
When I say that George Washington was a white supremacist, people are like, "Oh, you can't say that," but it's true.
Yeah,
He was, and he wrote a. Was he a liar, or is the Declaration of Independence a
If
lie?
I personally went out and talked to thousands and thousands of people specifically about something like this, then I would sit here and say from experience and have done that. But I don't generalize. It's hard to because there's a lot of stereotypes, generalization of a lot of things, And when this whole Trump situation happened, and there was just a lot of fake stuff going on both sides of the aisle, and I don't like it. I'm not that kind of. Even though I'm a Trump,
Well, tell me what you like about him. One thing you like about him?
Can we stop talking?
Well, just give me one thing.
You're
One thing you like.
One thing, and then we're gonna go.
One
on to
thing.
something.
We'll
Oh
move
yeah,
on.
sure.
One thing.
I like his hair.
Come on.
No, you don't. No one likes
on.
his hair.
Nobody likes his hair.
Come on, man. Give me one
about
thing.
his-
Legit, man. Legit.
All
Give me
right, then I
one
get it.
legit thing. There's got to be one thing you like about the guy. If you support him.
I like what you like about him.
He's an American. He'll do anything for America. I don't know. I think he'll do anything for America.
I like that he's a tough guy.
He went on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel was like, "Brrr," to his hair, and I was like, all right, he's the president.
Now you like him because of that.
I'll remember that. But who has any country's president ever done anything like that? No, and leaders do they try, and people like that. So that's
Let me
cool.
tell you something.
One thing that you said. One thing.
Okay.
That's it. That's one thing.
So,
Thank you.
homegirl, what about it?
So we have 4 bills in the legislature.
Is Biden going to give us homegrown?
Hell yeah, I hope so.
Really?
I don't know. It seems like
They'll just make him sign it. He'll be like half asleep.
yeah.
Did you hear him talk the other day? Or yesterday? He was just like, I'll find it. It's horrible. I can't believe he's president the way he talks. I mean, I could be a better speaker than him, and I'm horrible speaking. Jeez. He was like falling asleep. Lost his train of thought like 4 times. I'm sorry, now we got political. We're talking about presidents now. I'm going to go look up Biden. But at home grow, we need Biden to give us home grow.
Let me see if I can make it to the make come back.
Have a good day.
We need
Chicken legs.
descheduling on the federal level.
I think they had an announcement. Was it last Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah.
They talked about federal legalization and introducing a bill.
Doesn't Cory Booker have a bill in there? Or something?
Yes.
Yes, Cory and someone else.
Corey, Chuck Schumer,
Yeah.
and I can't remember the gentleman's name from Oregon.
Yeah, Schumer was the one obviously that made the announcement that they were gonna go for full legalization, or at least take it off Schedule 1, which would be a big move.
That is the move. That's the only move. That's what Jersey should have done.
Yep.
So what's our attorney general doing besides harassing the
Leaving.
people?
Yeah, what has he
the
been
new
doing?
one?
I've not heard a
The
thing.
new one?
He's
Out of the
leaving,
attorney
right?
general's office.
Yeah.
Oh, the new one just issued a cease and desist to a cryptocurrency business operating in New Jersey.
Really?
It was, I think it was in his first or second day in office.
You don't like that either, huh?
It was a big deal. No, I read the article. It was a very big deal.
So I wonder if more cease and desist letters are going to be coming down to some of these gifting companies.
The article stated that he was, quote, setting the tone, end quote, for his
Rain.
reign.
Whatever that means.
I guess we'll see.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm producing here. Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once here. Sorry, it's kind of hard.
You're probably trying to do 3 or 4 things at once.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Feel free to talk. You don't have to go. You guys don't have to watch
Yeah,
me.
you guys can.
I'm just.
So
I'm sorry.
I just my thoughts skipped, but it came back to me right now. So
Alright,
4
go ahead.
bills.
Yes.
We got 4. Is that right, Lefty? 4 bills in the legislature for home grow. There's 2 really good ones, 2 not so good ones. We're
Yes.
probably gonna get the short end of the stick, unfortunately.
Now, when you say not so good, what is it missing, or what did
the
you?
quantity of plants?
The
In terms
quantity.
of, if I'm not mistaken, it's 86 for 1, 56 for 1, 15 or something, and 6, something like that. I'm probably wrong on all those numbers, but it's
I
roughly,
Something.
think
it's
I
roughly
heard
around
10
that
for
range.
10 plants for medical and 6 for adult use. That's what I heard about one of them.
Right.
But I think going in with the higher number is better than going in with the lower number.
Oh,
you know,
right,
we say,
yes.
maybe
Yeah.
12 and 8 and end up with, 6 and 10.
Right. And so we got that going on right now. It's exciting.
Do you know?
And-
Do you know when those might be
they're-
motioned on?
Well, they're not in session. They're on break right now.
Oh, right, of course.
So whenever they restart their schedule, they're gonna jump right in. The CRC is gonna. We're only about a month within. We're looking about before.
Yeah, yeah.
We have everything figured out, and we know the CRC stuff coming down the pipeline.
No, were you in on the CRC meeting? I had another meeting that day, so
I thought it was totally boring.
yeah, sometimes it does. But did you see anything that stood out to you? Like the one before the last one, I noticed a lot of people.
It was just a check mark on their schedule.
Right,
It wasn't very substantive. There was a lot of things in terms of the capital investment, and I mean that I guess one talking point is that really struck a nerve with me, where one guy says, "Oh, I have to pay like a $250,000 for a lobbyist for a microgrow license." Microgrow license. This guy's already in $600,000 for these microgrow licenses. I don't know. It's because he's trying to be ahead of the game and be in there that way. Either way, that's ridiculous. We didn't spend all this time here, getting this, and that's not right.
Well, it appears that they're making licensing so impossible. We're seeking a license. They're setting the bar extremely high.
It's too high.
And without investors,
It's a sloppy mess. Sweeney and Murphy couldn't agree. You see what I'm saying? They're like
everybody suffers.
It's gonna get ugly before it's gonna get worse, but it'll get worse. I mean, it'll get a lot better before we'll be all right. We have a lot of work in terms of that. I mean, we've been here. It doesn't matter. A lot of we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done. But it's been rather a saga. So and it's been a rather usually sagas have like a happy ending, happy story. Not here. It's very depressing and disappointing seeing our government officials do this to us.
I was saying the other day to someone, until it hits somebody in a position of power, until it hits home for them, until they have a loved one who is suffering, or maybe faced with some really difficult choices. Until that happens, I think that we're going to have to continue to fight. I don't want to see it come to that, but it just seems that seems to be the turning point for some of these legislators, that they
absolutely
want to until it hits home, they think, oh well, we'll get to it.
And some are on the other side. So we've been lucky. We've hit the jackpot with some of these guys, because if it wasn't, and I can't sit here and just throw rocks at every one of these dudes. Some of them deserve recognition. And I mean even Murphy. He stuck his neck out. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think it feels like there is something more personal than rather for everyone that's happening within that building in between our friendly representatives. So they need to stop the childish bullshit and get on with the game. You know what I mean? Because it just
feels like there's just no reason to not have it, unless it's got to be financial.
It's a hot toddy. Everybody wants to win with the weed now. So whoever's gonna be the top dog up there, doing this home grow thing is gonna be good for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why things aren't working the way they're supposed to, and they're for the people, because a lot of personal gain, and not so much social equity and right.
Agreed.
So, I think that it shouldn't be left alone. I think hopefully people will wake up and would want to work on fixing that in itself here, because if we knew how bad this whole a lot of things would have been different 5, 6, 7 years ago going forward, but we had to learn, unfortunately, as we went along, and we're here now. So it's been like I said, a rather sad saga getting to this point. A lot of people died. We will remember them.
We will remember them.
And
Every time we say that, we should repeat it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be the word of the day. Remember that.
It's a good slogan for Sativa Cross, I think.
Yeah, we will.
That is a really good idea.
Yeah.
We got these fancy papers now. We got our slogans on there.
I saw that. I want to see those.
Be helpful, not hurtful. You can have that one.
Awesome.
Just let me roll a joint with that. We have some Wonder Woman here. That Sean gave us. We're going to try that. I also have a strain review we have to do here of TerraSend's cannabis. We have some Candy Store from TerraSend and some 10th Planet from TerraSend from Nick.
By the way, what did I just taste right there?
I have no idea.
Now, was that the natural flavor of the flower I was tasting?
Yeah.
Or is there added flavor to that?
No, that was, well...
That was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, here, I try the other one. Try this one.
I mean, it tasted...
Try the blonde one.
It tasted amazing.
I don't have a dab... You have a dab stick by any chance?
People are always asking me.
I will, yeah, you know, I kind of left the house without a dab stick. It's not something you leave with every day, but we should. You should always leave your house with a dab stick. I'm just saying. On your keychain.
I never leave my house
Well,
without that.
all right, fine. I have a keychain. We'll do it this way. Taste this one. You want to taste something good? Woo-wee! This is like my favorite. Uh-oh. It's kind of hard without a dab stick to put it in there, and it sticks to your fingers, and you kind of burn your fingers putting it in there. But okay, I think it's going. I think it's going to go in about 10, 20 seconds.
Okay.
It should buzz. It should vibrate.
Which one did we look at? We looked at the was it Dr. Dabber? Are those any good?
Dr. Dabber. I've never used a Dr. Dabber.
Is that what it was called?
That sounds like a.
We saw something that looked like the Puffco Peak, but I think it was a little bit different.
Yes. Seth, you want to dab? Come here. Seth is here to win this thing. He's like, I'm going to win. I'm going to dab on that, and I'm going to win that. Here, man, it's going. It's fired up for you.
Is it? I brought some good stuff, too.
What's up, my man? How are you, brother?
How are you?
Yeah.
Hello.
You know, I'm Jason.
Seth.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Jen.
sorry, James.
Seth.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, that got me. That one got me.
I do have to say these are really pretty. I really, really love the design.
Yeah, I'm so happy. And they came
They're
from China.
really nice.
I was so scared when I saw they're coming from China. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to see this for a month.
Right.
They came within like a day.
Wow.
Whoa. I ordered something from China once. It took 5 months.
Yeah.
5 months. Yeah, it was a green screen.
My T-shirt. I ordered this T-shirt like I think it was 3 months ago, and I've been dying to get it. Finally came. I was so excited. I've worn it 2 days in a row.
I was going to say, have you washed it yet?
Not yet. Yeah, I did. I put on a dirty shirt today. If everybody must know, yes, I put on a dirty shirt because it's such an awesome T-shirt.
Me too.
Moms who smoke weed are not bad moms.
See? I love that.
We're the best
Click
moms.
this once, right?
I think you click it twice. Yeah, click it twice, make it vibrate twice. Did it vibrate? I may need to charge it again because we've been smoking your piece a lot there. It's probably yours. It's between you and Chucky, I think. No, we got people online. Jolene's online. People are ready. I think we should do the raffle. Well, let's wait. All right, we'll do the raffle as soon as I do the strain. As soon as I do the strain review. So let's do the 10th Planet. Let's try 10th Planet real quick. This is from TerraSend, 10th Planet, the Apothecarium in Maplewood. Maplewood's on my way to Bayonne from East Hanover. So I could stop there and get my legal jar. And I actually needed some cannabis.
I really need to update my jar.
I need to update my jar. This is where we're at in New Jersey. Updating our jar.
My jar's 2 years old. Yes, officer. I've had the same eighth for the past 2 years.
Yes.
It's my favorite jar.
This is what we go through. We go jar shopping.
We go jar shopping.
So you might as well get some good weed if you're going to go jar shopping.
Our culture is amazing.
So if you're going to spend $60 on a jar, make it nice. And it is. Wow, this is like... Whoa, here. I'll pass this around. Just smell that. I'm breaking it up. Smell that.
This is 10th Planet?
10th Planet. Have you ever heard of that before?
I have not, no.
Me neither.
I've heard of it.
You
I've
have-
heard of it.
Really?
It's a
All right.
good name though.
It's
It's a brand. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
all right. Well, it smells earthy. How's it smell to you? Earthy?
I smelled fruity, but then again, I had
Fruity.
I had Tic Tacs.
And yeah, and this guy has fruit. Fruit.
No, I smell more earthy. I think,
I'm smelling earthy.
and it feels nice.
Yeah, it's very sticky.
Yeah.
Very, very terpy and very. Ooh, trichomy. Is that a word?
It is now.
Earthy as hell. Yeah, this is earthy. This is not skunky, not cheesy, not fruity.
What is it? What do you reading out?
It's earthy. We decided.
Earthy. Yeah,
Earthy.
check it out. It's the that one there. It's earthy.
It is
Very earthy.
10th planet.
10th planet.
Never had that.
Yeah, it's from Terrascend in Maplewood. We're gonna give it a shot. The grower from Terrascend's really good.
Childproof jars. I'll tell you, this stuff in Oregon is so hard to open.
Wow.
We can't open anything.
I have arthritis. I have a hard
Ooh, that's good.
time opening these jars. Not these jars, but some jars. These jars are okay. These aren't the worst. I've had worse jars than this.
Definitely earthy.
Yeah.
Definitely earthy.
Earthy. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I would
This
say.
is a very nice jar.
Yeah,
It's an excellent jar.
I like the jar.
Yeah, the jar is
Colored.
excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good jar.
So far, so good.
Oh, see, you have your jar too.
I have several jars with me. Yes.
I gotta go jar
I smoked
shopping.
some weed last night, and it had seeds, but the median, it's outdoor grown in New Jersey, but the median, it's the guy's like 70 years old, and he's been taking care of the soil really well. The stuff had seeds. I mean, this stuff blew my mind, better than any dispensary, and it had seeds in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, New Jersey dispensary weed definitely falls short.
There's
no
a-
matter how you slice it.
There's definitely a lot of problems, and we always talk about the strain. There's a certain amount of strains that they can only carry. There's the THC. What's up?
Think of that before you talk. What'd you think of that?
It's clean, for one. The terps. What kind of strain is this? What is this called?
10th planet.
That's the strain, right? Yeah. It's not bad. It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, no.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Earthy, terpy.
Not very terpy, but earthy.
Earthy, right?
More
That's-
earthy,
that's
yeah.
what- that's
oh,
what
no,
I'm getting.
totally not terpy, but totally earthy.
Earthy, terpy.
Yeah.
That's
it's not like
super. No, but it's like super.
It's not perfumey. It's not very
yeah, not like
fragrant,
rags.
but it has a.
When you say not terpy, no, it's terpy.
It has an earthy.
It's
flavor
just
to it.
yeah. I really like this.
Really
I like
good.
it a lot.
It's nice.
I really like it a lot.
Earthy.
That's
Earthy. Definitely
yummy.
earthy.
Very yummy.
Still
Let's finish
going.
that off. You want to try some earthy? You want to try this earthy 10th planet here, guys? Come on, here, try this, Seth. Earthy. Give it to Seth here. Try it. Let us know what you think of it. Earthy. Earthy is the word for this one.
Should have brought some of those Oregon goodies.
Oh, really?
I should have.
I have.
Well, let me check my purse.
Are you guys the organizers for this event that's coming up?
Which one?
Which one?
You're Savvy Jane.
Yep.
Right? You're doing the park thing.
The Lake and Bake.
Lake
Yes,
and Bake. Yeah.
yes.
Oh, the Lake and Bake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about that? Maybe.
Sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to
Sure.
hear about it.
Oh man, that's gonna be a great party.
Good location. Great location.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We gotta hope for good weather.
Yeah.
But are we going to be able to use like the lake and
Boating,
people can fish,
fishing,
and kayak,
kayaking. Blaze is bringing his kayak. That's what he asked me. He said, "Can I bring my kayak?" I said, "Of course you can bring a kayak." He's like so happy he's bringing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh man.
On private land.
Yes.
Private land.
Mm-hmm. Private lake.
Private lake. It's going to be a very cannabis-friendly event.
Oh yeah, to say the least.
To say the very least.
Cannabis friendly? No, it's going to be cannabis overload.
Overload, exactly. Yeah.
So who are some of the
more
vendors
apt,
that are going
absolutely.
to? So who are some of the vendors that are going to be there? I saw the logos, but I didn't. Some of them I didn't recognize.
Well, you got Anthony.
Anthony, yes.
He'll be there. Let me look at the flyer. I don't have the flyer in front of me. I wasn't ready to talk about it. Sorry.
No.
We got derailed in the middle of strain review.
Yeah, what happened to our strain review?
And
Sorry,
then
I
the
just
raffle.
I thought I'd
Don't
bring us
forget the
back.
raffle.
I thought I'd bring us back to.
Yeah, let me
focus here.
All right, this is all right. How would you rate this on a 1 to 10, as far as taste? Just
it's not. What does this thing say? How much it is? What are they saying it is?
I don't know. Doesn't matter to me.
No.
I just go for the taste. At
It
this
says
point.
it's 36% THC.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, not New Jersey.
What's up, Stoner?
Hey man, how are you? What's up, bro? How are you?
Good to see you.
It says it's 36.
Yeah.
No. I'm still sitting on my seat.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to try our strain? We're doing a strain review. This is 10th Planet. 10th Planet. I never really had this one before, and it's
Never even heard of it.
I'm not going to say what we think. You just tell me what word that comes to your mind when you smoke it. Very interesting strain.
I'll wait for the wind.
Yeah, I think we're in a bad wind spot right now for Canada. I've seen New Jersey Medman standing over there in the wind, rolling a blunt in his hand. In his hand, in the wind like this.
That's talent.
I was like, and I filmed him. I'm like, I'm watching him do it from the phone. I'm like, I gotta film this. I can't believe he's doing this. And I got him on film. Amazing. Amazing talent when you can roll a blunt in the wind, in your hand.
Can't even light one.
We can't even like this. What's the word that comes to your mouth? Grab that mic. That mic over there is the other one. Yeah. That has a long cord. Oh, there you go. Grab that mic and tell me what you think of that strain. One word or a couple of words comes to your mind.
Well, I got a little bit of green there on about a half smoked bowl, and I'd say it was smooth and a little bit of maple syrupy.
I got some of your resin. It
A
was
little bit of maple syrupy there, but no chemical aftertaste. It was definitely a smooth smoke, which is what you want. You
All
don't
right.
want that tingling.
We'll give you a fresh hit.
Yeah, I
How
was
about
gonna
that?
say,
No,
give him
no,
a-
I'm gonna give
give him
no.
a fresh bowl.
Now we got to do it the right way.
Look,
'cause-
I'll take it, but when you're judging a bowl,
You got like
if
sloppy
it's half
thirds.
smoked and it still is anywhere halfway decent, that's usually a good sign. So
That's funny.
All right, Christian, everybody, smoke it every day. Smoke organic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. We're gonna give you a fresh bowl here, and just pass this on.
Is this some New Jersey grown?
This is from Terrascend
Terrascend. Okay, I'm
in Maplewood.
a black market patient. Refuse
Me
to
too, but
patronize the state system.
I
Have
went.
you updated your jar lately?
I had
Well,
a,
at least
yeah.
for now, until I mean, if it's something that is actually,
Look,
feasible
if
or
they want to
something
give me a
that is-
permit for the 10 to 40 pounds I sell every year to make a living and not be living on the streets, then I'm game. But I've been doing it 20 years, and you know what? Let's just legalize what people are already doing instead of just legalizing megaliths, corporations to do what they want and then make it illegal for everybody else. Because what is it? We have a rule now: you can have 6 ounces or 600 pounds and nothing in between. Yay, legalization! We legalized for what the.
What do we legalize? They're
Do it.
banning it in all these
All right, here we
towns.
go. Fresh greens. Here we
Do
go.
it for everybody. Me personally, I'm not against the big guys. I'm not against the small guys. I'm for everyone to be in on this, right?
I
And
think they
especially
need to
the
make it so
people.
the small guys can get the shot.
I'm sorry?
They need to make it so the small guys get a shot.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
All right, now he's got a real hit, and he's checking it out. He's doing the double. Oh, here we go.
Very smooth, very smooth.
Yeah.
Feel a little something coming on. What was the name of this again?
10th Planet.
Try again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, tasty. I like no chemical aftertaste, which I'm surprised by. Very nice. How's
Terpy?
Yeah, no, got some terps.
What kind of terps you taste?
You know what? It's not so easy for me to place this one, to be honest.
We thought it was earthy.
Yeah, definitely earthy. It almost has a little bit of that, like more of a Bubba Kush earthiness to it or so. It smelled a little sweet, but I didn't necessarily taste that.
No.
Yeah, interesting.
Very good strain. I'm
Interesting.
really liking this.
The high just is starting to set in, and it is indica
Hybrid.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the hospitality.
You're good timing. You walked in on the strain review, so here you go.
Yeah,
You get an ash hit first. Sorry for the ash hit, but there's a
No,
real
it's-
one.
It's okay. I was supposed to be cleaning carpets a couple blocks over, and their electrical system wasn't enough to run the machine I have, so I came here instead. So thank
Right
you.
on,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you.
It's better over here anyway.
Yeah, we're having more fun over here. All right, so 10th Planet's a winner. Oh, so what number are we giving 10th Planet on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the best, of course.
I'm sensing not that high.
I'm really on the spot today. You're putting me first is the Trump.
Would you rather talk about politics?
Now,
all right. So
now I have to.
What do you like about Trump then?
You know, it should not. You know, when you vote, it's in private. First of all, I don't want to. You know,
He'd rather talk about Trump.
Now I'd rather talk about Trump.
I give it an 8, or a 9 even.
That's high.
I like this weed.
Wow.
I like it.
The effect is.
I give it I give it an 8. I definitely give it an 8. Come on.
I'd say the effect is definitely there. It's still creeping on me. After 2 hits, that's not too bad.
I like this.
It supposedly is 36%, by the way.
Here you go.
Well, you know, it's
5. Seriously.
I was gonna say
Honest truth.
7 actually.
I was gonna say 7, but then I'm like, I gotta really give him the truth. I'm like, all right.
This is candy
maybe
store.
6.25.
6.25. Okay. What about you guys? What do you think?
I weighed in with a 7.
7 and a 7.
So
I wasn't going to go that high, but the
yeah.
smell just...
It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's
It's very clean and fresh. That's what I like. You know.
What's your number?
But
you have a number?
The terp profile and
high 6s.
High 6s. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All you elitists. Okay, fine. Here, this is Candy Store. Let's pass this around, and we're gonna do this next. Candy Store. We'll see what we like better, Candy Store or 10th Planet.
I haven't seen it. We'll go get some in
Okay.
this.
There's chairs. Oh no, the chairs are out. Okay, never mind.
That
You want to see it?
that's called Candy Store.
Candy Store, right?
I like the
It's
smell of
in-
this
it-
much better.
That jar is phenomenal.
We went jar shopping this week.
Big difference.
And look what
Big
I got.
difference.
That's very.
I didn't get a lot of smell from that
Terps,
one.
no
yeah.
terps. Yeah, not so much terp. Not very terp. Is it CBD? Lefty, are you tricking us?
Whoa.
Did you put CBD in that jar?
What's CBD?
I'm just kidding.
I never heard of it. I'll try it. All right, so we'll put some Candy Store in here. I've had this before, and I actually do like it. Let's see if it's the same as it used to be. It's very sticky, very... Oh, wow. This is like... Woo. Alrighty. When you break it up, it's really terpy. It smells like a sativa more. Or a sativa dominant, doesn't it?
Does a
I
sativa?
guess
I don't
I-
think sativa has a smell to it, Lefty.
Yeah, I could tell sativas for
Really?
some reason, yeah.
I think by looking at it, you can by obviously smoking. I've never heard of a terp profile specifically
could smell
correlating
sativas.
to a sativa or indica.
Usually orangey
Yeah, I
or
was gonna
lemony.
say,
Oh, you
can
learned
smell the
something,
cit-
you
The
already know.
citruses. That's the only way that I know how to ID it. I will not say that I am by any stretch of the imagination
Elitist?
an elitist. No, no.
Neither am I.
But you know, I do.
Why not?
I do. You can smell the citrus in a lot of the sativas. That's the only way I know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love sativa.
Much
I love
fruitier.
indica. I love cannabis.
Much fruitier.
I love good cannabis.
Much
That's
terpier.
the most important part.
I like the jars that they come in.
Yeah, it
the
doesn't
best.
really matter what it is, as long as it's good. It's good. It's good anyways. Really, it's hard. It's hard. It's even if you have bad cannabis, there are process you can make extract and make it better, and
I heard that they can remediate moldy cannabis.
you definitely can. Why not?
That's what I heard. I heard that there's a company that
Okay.
remediates
I'm not sure.
moldy cannabis. How do you all feel about smoking remediated cannabis?
If it's laboratory tested, and I mean, if somebody,
Well,
I don't know if I want to be the guinea
guinea
pig to try it.
Done. I mean,
But if people are saying it's okay and they're using it and everybody, and I mean, it could be okay. Who knows? There are a lot of new things in this world. I was reading a post on Facebook. Do you know of Mexican truffle? Do you know what a Mexican truffle is? Lefty, do you know what a Mexican
Now I'm
truffle
starving though.
What a Mexican truffle is it's corn that got infected by a mold, and then the corn kernel blows up into this. It looks funky,
I did see something.
I think I posted on my wall too, so you might have seen my repost of that. I just seen that recently, and apparently it's a delicacy, and the Mexicans call it the Mexican truffle because they consume that, and it looks totally moldy and gross, but apparently it's yummy. So
That's like century eggs.
Right.
in Japan, they
Right.
take these eggs from.
I mean, you know, blue
exotic
cheese
birds
got
and they
mold.
let
There's a
them
lot of
sit for years
you know,
and years. and
mold
ferment.
is, you know, per se, you know, it could be beneficial, but I mean, there are ways, I guess, you know, to.
Yes, there are ways. I mean, we eat yogurt, which is really kind
Essentially,
of
when I was working at a grow operation in Michigan for their medical program some years ago, and after the first, usually they say after the first harvest, every other harvest will have mold, and you have to, you know, take care of that. And we did do things to mitigate that issue, and a mold, you know, it's a very common problem in a cannabis grow operation, but I wouldn't be surprised I've not heard of something per se specifically, but I would not be surprised if that's actually right.
Yeah, it's remediation. Chris Goldstein told me about this. That in Pennsylvania they passed a law that allows these companies to do that without patient input.
There's a process I know that you could with meat per se, with really salty meat, where you can take, you know, that out, and then they have a specific process for that. So I'm sure they've thought of something by now. You know, I took a guy in Uber, and he used to restore old houses in Philly. And that was my question, you know, usually, what do you do? What do you do? You know, this and that. And he's like, yeah, restore old houses in Philly. I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, there's a young kid. I says, that's pretty awesome. And I said, my next question to him was, well, they're usually, like, you know, old, and, like, how do you get rid of mold? Because, you know.
Well, here we go. Consumers are largely unaware that most commercial cannabis grown today undergoes some form of decontamination to treat the industry's growing problem of mold, yeast, and other microbial pathogens. As more cannabis brands fail regulatory testing for contaminants, businesses are increasingly turning to radiation, ozone gas, hydrogen peroxide, or other damaging remediation methods to ensure compliance and avoid product recalls. It has made cannabis cultivation and extraction more challenging and more expensive than ever, not to mention inflaming the industry's ongoing supply problem. The problem is only going to get worse in states like Nevada and California are beginning to implement more regulations for even tougher microbial contamination limits. Wow. These economic burdens are becoming too much for some cultivators, driving them out of business, putting a greater strain on them to meet product demand. This is how corporate cannabis is going to take over the little guy with all this kind of stuff.
Where'd you find this article? Where's this?
This is in the Cannabis Industry Journal, but this is they passed the law in Pennsylvania, and this is for stuff in Nevada and California where they have these things happening. Mold and other microbial pathogens are found everywhere in the environment, in the air, water, food that people consume. While there is no consensus yet on the health consequences of consuming these contaminants through cannabis, risks are certainly emerging. According to the Cannabis Safety Institute, molds are generally harmless in the environment, but some may present a health issue.
I spent all of my life in the food industry, and mold and bacteria. It sounds like the way Lefty is putting it right now does sound pretty serious. But overall, when you look at the bigger picture, it's something that is, that you deal with at the farm site, and your vegetable. Do you think your lettuce and cucumbers don't have mold where they grow, or in bacteria and anaerobic bacteria? Of course they do. So again, this is going to be a commodity crop. So this is something else that you want to, kind of just look at subjectively, because it is bad. Of course, you have to be concerned, but it's not like it's just like looking at cucumbers when you talk about this stuff. So
Well, this is medicine. We're talking about medicine for people, and they're talking about health threats for immunocompromised individuals. Mycotoxins resulting from molds such as aspergillus can cause illnesses such as allergic bronchiopulmonary aspergillosis. Even when killed with treatment, the dead pathogens could trigger allergies or asthma. There's an abundance of pathogens that can affect cannabis cultivation, but the most common types are botrytis, bud rot, gray mold, powdery mildew. Ew.
Mites.
Ew. Numerous controls are available, such as fungicides and horticultural oils. to bicarbonates and biological controls. So these controls may save a doomed crop, but they introduce their own potential health risks through overexposure of and consumption of chemical residues.
Food is medicine.
I'd rather have the mold, thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like mold is better than all these remediation methods.
Guys, let's not demonize mold too much because we don't know yet. Maybe there's some kind of species out there that might be just
again, I will take
symbiotically
the mold.
compatible.
Yeah, give me some ergot. Some ergot, please.
There's mold that I believe that is microhizia grows in the soil per se, right?
Wow.
And mold is it should be looked at like there are dangers with certain kinds of molds, but not molds are bad. Again, and I'm sure there are some that will work symbiotically to enhance the growth. However, just like Lefty, food is medicine. No, just like cannabis is medicine. No matter what, food is medicine. Without it, you would die.
Right.
As simple as that.
I'm sorry. I got so stoned I forgot to tell you. The candy store was great. I love the. It was very terpy.
He's catching up now.
Very fruity and very mouth roofy. Wow. Candy store. What'd you think?
I didn't try it yet.
You didn't?
No.
Did you guys try it yet?
All right, let me do
You
this the right way.
did.
Let me do this the right way, Lefty.
You tried it twice.
Right here,
actually.
ladies and
You
gentlemen.
bogarted.
We have Candyland
Store.
Candy Store, and I'm gonna be trying Candy Store right now.
Okay.
I'll be grading this
Yes.
strain. Now, Lefty, is this sativa, indica dominant? What do we have here?
I think it's sativa dominant, and I'm going to light up some Wonder Woman right now. A joint of Wonder Woman. Let's do that. Let's see that lighter, too.
Don't forget the raffle.
What raffle?
Didn't you say there was a raffle? Wait.
By the way, yeah, there's
No?
people watching for the raffle. All right, we're going to do the raffle also. Since the strain review's over, what's the number you give this? What number you give it first, Slav? What do you think?
I need a second.
You need a second? How's it taste so far? Yummy?
For the third time.
7.35.
He likes it more.
A little bit more. I like it a little bit more, honestly.
I enjoyed it. Fruity.
Fruity. It is very fruity. Very terpy. I love the fruity. That's my favorite. Is
Me
fruity.
too.
So I'll have to give it another
I like
8.
anything with lemon or orange.
So it gets another 8 from me.
It has a lot of red hairs on it. Let's see. The buds are dense and they're shaped like a cone, more or less.
I might give it 8.5 actually, because it was.
It's not
I like it more than the other one. I love the other
Definitely.
one, but this is 8.5. Maybe.
You got to keep them on their feet, Lefty. You got to tell them it's good, but it's a 7.35.
Yeah, keep
because-
working harder.
Keep working. Yeah,
Keep
and
going,
then
Nick. Keep working harder.
There's a lot
Nick's
of
a hard
room.
working
Let me be honest with you. There's a lot of room in there to improve. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
And that's one cool thing about cannabis is that it is horticulture. It's people with thousands of some families have thousands of years of experience left in this stuff. You know what I mean? And
All right, here's all the tickets. I'm taking all the tickets out. Whoop. All right, all the tickets are coming out. All right, so we have. Anybody else online want to join this raffle real quick? You have your chance now.
the Wonder Woman tastes excellent. I like the terpene profile the best out of the 3 in this.
I have not gone to the botanist on AC yet. Oh, I walked back. I walked past it, I think, and I didn't go in. Black market wins. Black market delivers. Okay, Jesus Suarez. I'm gonna put you in the bag. You have a bag here. It's a greasy bag from my truck. I love it. We're gonna do it the old school way. I think I had tacos in here.
Are we sure it's not Jesus?
I think he said Jesus. I think he actually said Jesus.
Okay, just
But
checking.
okay, it could be Jesus.
Just checking.
I hope they're all watching because this is your chance. This is now. We're putting the numbers, the names in the bag. Slava Vacheslav.
I won. Oh my God.
Vacheslav. Right?
Yeah. I won. Are you
No,
making
I'm
me a
putting them
winner?
in the bag now.
Oh.
That was a big tease.
They're going the other way.
Darn.
He had 3 times with the candy
I know.
store.
You, jeez. Hand that back. No, did everybody get this yet? Everybody got this? All right. Mary Farrar. She's been watching. She's waiting to win this thing too. Watch. We'll pack it with dabs for you. Don't worry. We're going to pack it full of dabs. We'll overpack it.
So we do have a winner?
No.
Oh.
No. We're going to put Jolene Amascato's name in here. I'm just going through all the names that are on here. I'm putting them in here now. And they have glue on them, so I have to fold them in half so they're not glued together. Susan Scarachetto. Okay. This is for the Puffco Peak. And if you're not here, I don't know how I'm going to get it to you. Seth, unless Seth is here. Seth, you can win this thing and take it home. So Seth is right here.
How do you get an entry?
You have to call the podcast.
What if we're sitting on it? Don't we get an entry?
You want to enter? Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
You know, nobody entered today. Clayton Matich. Corey Shute is going in here, into the bag here. And Matt Agron. I hope I have all these names right. If you're watching, you got your chance because we're going to do it now. Manny Miranda. Maybe you can come to Atlantic City or come to Lake and Bacon. I'll give it to you. Lester Boge.
Oh, so when we're done, can we talk about Atlantic City? What's going on there?
Yes. Joe Walker. Jim Miller.
The candy store was so good, Lefty is now from New York.
Chucky Kwiatowski. And here's our bag of winners. You're all winners in this bag if you're in here.
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. Good.
I'll take that back. Yeah, I'll take that back. I'm a Gavone today.
This is the picture I wanted.
Okay, we're going to do do we have a drum roll? The first contestant for the raffle is, okay, I got to go on. Susan Scaretto. You have 15 minutes to call in. What time is it now?
It is exactly 12:35.
12:35, so we'll give her till 12:50. 12:50, you have to call in to claim your Puffco.
That's a sweet prize.
That's a great prize. All right, keep this bag handy because... All right, Susan. She came here last time. She had those gum drops. They were amazing. She also made me some cocoa, or gave me some of the cocoa she made, and was pretty impressive.
Cocoa season will be here soon.
Infused cocoa. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, I was loving that. That was so good. I still have a little bit.
So tell me about AC. What's going on there? It's what is it called? Canna Fest?
New Jersey Canna Fest.
Canna Fest.
Here's Jim Miller. Jim Miller, I have your sign. I put it up. I'm so glad you made it. I'm glad you made it, and I'm glad you made the sign.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Jim Miller's in the house. What's going on, my man? How are you? All right. How are you, man? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Hello.
There you go. Take that. We got some free food here. Yo, everybody, there's free food here. There's all kinds of fruit. This is all for you guys. So take some. Take whatever you need. Take a bunch of it. There you go. Take a whole bunch. There you go. You got it, man. Help yourself. That's all right. No, well, leave some for us too.
Yeah, I definitely want
Yeah, well, I'd like an orange too. Take a bag of bananas. Take a bag of bananas and leave us a couple oranges. That's all. There you go. Thank you, sir. There you go.
I'm good.
Yeah, take one of each. Take one of everything. This way we have something to go around still. You know what I mean? Take as a nectarine. You got a couple of nectarines there. Yeah. There you go. Take a little of everything. Take one of each or something. There you go. Yeah, I didn't actually eat yet, so I'm going to eat. So, Susan, you have a couple minutes to call in.
4 minutes. 4 minutes less than she was first given. So 11
So what
minutes.
kind of things are they going to have at Atlantic City? I saw that they have entertainment, vendors.
I guess I should put the phone number up.
That would be, yeah.
It's 908-616-0682. 908-616-0682. Be dialing. Susan. Call us, Susan. I'm putting it up now.
Make you work for this. You gotta try the cherry vanilla seltzer.
Shoot. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to put the text up. I sorry. This is not the best radio when you have to watch me do work here. I'm producing now. Where's my stupid thing? Really? I can't find it. Hold on. There it is. That's not it. I'm sorry. It's 908-616-0682. 908-616-0682. There it is. There it is.
Didn't really need to see that, but thanks.
Okay, the number's up. 908-616-0682. 908-616-0682. Be dialing. Be dialing, Susan. All right, Susan. I hope you do it. Oh, did I just drop my dabs? Damn it.
Oh.
It fell the right way, though. It fell
Did
the right
it?
way.
Oh.
A little bit of dirt in there. That's all right. Didn't get too bad. I will still dab that dirt. Makes you stronger. Might boost my immunity. I used to eat dirt when I was a kid.
And don't forget the mold.
I think I like the mold without the remediation.
Thank you. Yes.
Without the chemicals.
The remediation
without...
sounded horrible.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Radiation, chemicals.
Let's just start over. Let's get the moldy weed and just throw it away and start over. Let's not make money off the moldy weed. You can't. You're just moldy. It's ruined. It's ruined. You can't come back from that.
I don't think so either. I don't really kind of believe in the remediation because then I don't think you have regular weed. I think you have remediated.
So
weed.
remediated weed would be like they took like some like Windex and a paper towel and wiped it down.
Yes,
pass.
kind of. Yes.
Hard pass.
Well, they make it into
Hard
like a
pass,
lotion
exactly.
or a oil or they make it into something else.
Well,
Extract.
that doesn't seem fair either.
So you're rubbing it on your skin now.
Wonderful. Again, I will take the moldy weed cream on my skin over the remediated.
Oh my. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, by the way, Susan is down to 10 minutes.
Susan.
Please call in,
Where are
Susan.
you?
10 minutes, Susan. This is why you must tune in. This is why it's important to tune in. This is our whole deal. We want listeners to watch, tune in. As boring as we are sometimes, I got to tell you, this is probably the best podcast you'll ever see. Because most podcasts I see, they're just sitting there smoking weed, not doing much of anything else than smoking weed and listening to music. I've seen these podcasts.
And this is a very cool prize,
Dude,
by the way.
This is a great prize.
This is a great prize.
So you got to tune in and watch this. We're at the Statehouse. There's no other podcast doing Statehouses. Name me one podcast doing a Statehouse. I can't name one.
I can't.
I can't. So this is very crazy what's been happening here at the Statehouse. Normally, when it's busy, we'll have politicians walking by. We have Ron Rice walking by, or the governor, or whoever. But the Governor Christie was best. We used to be right in front of the building here, and he'd pull up. He'd pull up with his two trucks. We'd be, there he's Christie. We jump out. Hey, Governor Christie. And he was a kind of a jerk back then to us. It took him a couple of years to warm up.
Really?
He would just walk right past
Really?
us. Vets, disabled vets were sitting there at the table, and he would just walk right past them.
Shocker.
Wow.
But I sense there's a then at the end of the story he got better.
He shook our hand at the last podcast of the year. and he respected us for being out here all this time. And he talked to Leo Bridgewater, had a couple of words with Leo Bridgewater. Which is cool. That was nice.
So basically, on the way out the door.
On the way out the door, he was nice, like they all are. So, but when I saw him at the diner, he was very mean to Vivian Wilson's father, Brian Wilson. Kind of a jerk to him. So
I know he shops at a store that my daughter used to work in our town, and they used to close off the streets, and he would go in there with like 5, guards on him. Yeah. They would actually, waive traffic so he can go in there. Not a fan.
Shocker.
Shocker. Shocking. Shock jock. You being a shock jock. So yeah, he'd literally have to walk past us. And when Jim Miller would put cones out there, Jim Miller would put cones and the governor would walk through the cones. That was the best. That was the best. Hey, Jim, come over here, man. I want to talk to you. Please, I want to speak to you. You have been at the Statehouse longer than most people. You've been out here with us day in, day out, every Thursday. You've seen it all.
Longer than most people. 1993.
Yeah, something.
93.
Wow.
Well,
with Cheryl?
Yeah. No, by myself. See, what was happening is for 2 years, we had this incredible story in mid-1990s till 93 that my wife with chronic progressive MS, who could only move her shoulders a little and her head, you can't move. You think you pick somebody up, they're going to want to slit through your arms. No, she'd straighten out like a board. It's called tonic spasticity. It's what keeps rehab from working. It prevents rehab specialists from doing their job. So it's like stiff spaghetti. She never smoked cannabis, and of course, that's quite the aficionado when we met. And while some would say, "Oh, man, she didn't smoke," I thought, I don't have to share my last joint, man. There's a match made in heaven, wasn't a rich man, I'd run out. But we found out when I read an article, Journal of the American Medical Association from 1979. This is 1990. And it said marijuana may lessen MS spasticity was the title. Holy crap. 11 years ago. She was like sitting around doing this stuff 11 years ago. And now she's like going way downhill. I really wish we'd known. So that became the mission. When I gave her a salad dressing, and I didn't want to stretch her because we tried everything else. So I said, it's going to take at least an hour and a half to sink in. I didn't want to ruin it. Look, it doesn't make me. I've seen her spasticity. I get high. I didn't relate that was possible. So what would happen is the way we'd stretch is she'd have her knees up because she couldn't straighten her legs out because of spasticity, and it would draw them in, and you'd straighten them out, and you'd move one leg, and the arms would come up, and you'd hold the arms here, and you'd try to move the legs there. And so she's laying there like that, and the first thing I usually do then is get up on the bed facing her, put a pillow on her knees, so I can gently start pushing them up. And after about 5-7 minutes, I start doing little figure eights, getting closer, and here we go. So I got up, and I got the pillow, and I went like that, and one of her legs slipped out to the side. The other one was rapidly going to be up against her chest. She had no give at all. She was like totally loose. And the look on her face, you see somebody going over a roller coaster had never been, when you go over. That was her look. Oh, and we're like this far apart. So what do? I said, hey, listen, I can take care of you quiet, or I can take care of you loud. And she didn't understand the question because, that's how I ask questions. But she did understand the question. She didn't understand why I asked. She said, don't you wish we'd known sooner? I said, well, yeah. And as clear as I can remember, it may be paraphrasing, she said, we shouldn't want somebody to have done something for us that we're not willing to do for somebody else. So then you could build a whole religion around that concept, you know. So anyway, that was it. So I told everybody I could. Nobody cared. It's like, hey, I called the media. Hey, my wife, she didn't smoke, but look what you can come watch, you know. And we got a little globe vaporizer given to us, you know. And we thought, well, at least that'd be a better demonstration. I spent 2 years trying to give somebody in media to give a flying crap about it. So, moment of passion and anger. I exhorted, what do I got to do? Carry your wheelchair across the freaking state on my back to get people to pay attention? And she said, don't be stupid or don't be silly, one of the two. It's a wheelchair. Why don't you push it if you want to go across the state and do something? Well, I will. So I pushed her wheelchair across the state from Seaside right up to the Statehouse, second pillar from this side. From it was 58 miles. I went Route 37 and then up to Route 9 North and then 33 across the state. Took 25 hours, go 58 miles. And it was in the newspapers because they showed up at the beginning of the walk. When I was walking, one of my brothers went up to the ABC studios that we were going to be passing in Trenton, the affiliate, with a picture of me in the newspaper, and it's still ongoing, and they were like, where is he? So they came and did a thing on me walking in. And when I got here, there's 3 television cameras, several reporters, you know. Here we were. That's what it took. The sign on the chair said medical marijuana for multiple sclerosis, sign on my back from Seaside to Trenton. And then there we were. And I got to tell you, not for nothing, but the sweetest part about that was they were all lollygagging, getting out of their cars because, you know, they were kind of waiting for me, and somebody had come up and made sure they knew about when I'd be there. And I sat down on the steps, and as they were taking their time, going to come over, you know, walking out, I said to my brother, hey, you know, watch him hot step on this one there. And I went, oh, these blisters are going to be awful. And I started taking my shoes off, and they hustled. They ran over. They set up cameras to get a picture of my feet so I could tell the amazing story about Cheryl and medical marijuana and multiple sclerosis. Does that suck or what? But that was the playing field, and I've always told people the playing field isn't fair. But there are places on that playing field that are in our favor, and we got to get damn good at knowing where they are and how to use them. And that was me just figuring it out. So, yeah, then it just accelerated over the years from them. But in '93, I had to do that to get people interested. We didn't meet another person that was actively advocating. New Jersey Normal wasn't really active. It existed. And before that walks, when I met Pete Christopher and John Pease, because they were active in Normal, I'm not quite sure. I guess trying to get in touch with Normal or something maybe. And they were a big help. John Pease was able to send out faxes, you know, and we got inside and talked. I was Governor Florio then, by the way. So how long ago was that? And I've talked with him since. He likes the idea now. My point is, and always has been though, that I didn't say to somebody else, you know what you should do? You should walk across the state. I walked across the state. I didn't need help on that. I had no telephone. I was out of touch all that time. I met a lot of police. They all loved what I was doing.
Hold on a sec. Lefty.
You got a phone call.
It's right at
I know.
15 minutes.
Hello? You're on the air. Hold on.
I'm a good filler.
Hold on.
Look,
Hello, you're on the air. Can you hear me? Hold on. We got to do it the old-fashioned way. I hate this. Hold on, Jim. I need your... Hold on. Never mind. Okay, you're on the air. Who's this?
This is Susan Sharetto.
Oh!
You made it at the buzzer.
The wire.
At the buzzer.
At the buzzer. Who told you? Because you weren't watching. We know you weren't watching. You would have called. You would have called within a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I was making gum. I was covered in sugar.
She's making cannabis gum.
I literally washed my hands as fast as I could and grabbed the phone and was like, "Yeah, what's up?" I knew she was calling me twice. It had to be good, and it was.
Wow, that's great.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you won the Puffco.
Thank you so much. Oh, I wish I was there right now.
Me too. I wish you had your gumballs here. Those things are great.
Next time, though, but I'll definitely get some out to you, sweetie.
Wow. Thank you.
I'm so excited.
That's so cool. At the buzzer.
I had just this is Jason from Savvy
Wow.
Savvy Jane. I literally had just said to Lefty, you know, we're right there now, and the phone rang.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Yeah, congratulations. It's a really cool prize. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, I'm gonna hand you back to Lefty now. Hold
That's
on one
great.
sec.
Yeah, we have
Congratulations.
We have to do this the hard way. We're passing you around because my phones are dead, my phone system. So yeah, awesome. Good job. Good job.
Yay, thank you so much. You have no idea how excited I am.
Oh man, do you have dabs to put in there?
Not yet, but I will by today.
Right on. All right, congratulations, Susan. We'll talk to you
right.
soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good time today,
You
guys.
too. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Cool. All right.
Wow.
You all were like, okay, it's time, because I had the bag in my hand. I grabbed the bag, and I'm like, okay, there we go. Boom, boom, meant to be. I love it. That's great.
Awesome.
Right at the line, at the buzzer. It's like hitting a 3 at the buzzer.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. Right. Jordan with the 3 at the buzzer for the winner.
Good job, Susan. Yes, I know you're still listening now. Now you're listening. That's funny. No, all our friends are probably calling her. Get on the podcast. You won. Hurry up.
I sent her a message.
Yeah, there you go.
I did.
You're so nice. You're so nice. That's hey,
Jen comes clean.
No rules. I didn't say there was rules like that.
It
So
would have been nice, you know.
Of course.
So if I won, I never
Right,
win anything.
of
So
course.
like, I would expect somebody to call me if I was about to win something.
I expect you to listen to the show too.
I do listen.
Just kidding. Just kidding. You can't listen for 3 hours. I love radio. I listen to radio all the time. I listen to Stern. I listen to Opie and Anthony. I don't listen to them for 3 hours though.
Well, you know what? You guys are on a lot when I'm cooking. So I have the speakers in my kitchen, so I can kind of
cool.
listen and cook at the same time.
Nice.
So off topic, we were just talking about like bringing attention to, you know, cannabis and growing. Why don't we do like a real march like that again?
Okay.
Like seriously, let's do something and bring some attention to this. If a bunch of us get together and we walk across New Jersey, that's gonna bring attention to it, right? Now's the time.
Jim, will you push me across Jersey?
I'll push you anywhere.
He's gonna be doing.
I've pushed you before, man.
He's gonna be doing dabs across the entire state.
Well, of course we will have dabs with us.
Lefty has
and
been
joints.
a project of mine for
gonna be fun.
coming up on 10 years now.
Yeah.
He's been a personal
I see.
project.
I see.
No, but it's amazing. It's quicker than a glacier melting. It's steady. You don't notice it, and all of a sudden, it's not a big glacier. You know. I knew when I saw him show up in a tie and his long jacket,
Look
looking
out.
from the old Wild
I'm
West.
serious.
I knew he was there.
I'm serious now.
I'll dress any way I want. Yeah, I know. Okay, then we worked on it. You know.
Cannabis tie. That's all I needed was the cannabis tie. Because you had a wooden tie. I couldn't
Yeah.
top the wooden tie. That
It
was
wasn't-
amazing.
Well, it wasn't just a piece of wood. It was.
No, it was-
slatted together.
It
with
was
stuff,
ridiculous.
you know.
Ridiculous. Amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it was from sustainable forest wood.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of wood was that?
Good
know?
wood. I don't know.
Like a bamboo tie. I should make one out of bamboo.
Yeah, well, it was good. You know, it was a present. So I can't claim, you know, anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, one thing I wanted to expound on was the, you know what you should do.
I love
thing. How many times have you heard that in a lifetime? You know what you should do. You know, it'd be a good idea.
You know what you guys should
well,
do?
it's like I feel like saying, well, obviously you do. You know?
Let's do
But
it.
what I need to know is what can I do that you can't? What I want to hear is people say, hey, you know what I'm doing? And I really need help. I'd be interested. So I've said that for a lot of years now, a real lot of years. And I've always acted on my own advice, and I'm doing it one last time. Actually right now. And you know what I should do? See how that sound? It doesn't even sound like it's possible to say. Nobody says that,
Nobody says that, Jim.
Yeah, we have the quick story of Jake's Law, the improvements to the medical bill that happened over 2 years ago and were signed into law.
And counting.
But
who's counting?
A lot have affected me for the positive. I go as a patient, I go to a doctor once a year now instead of 4 times a year. I can now not afford 3 ounces where before I couldn't afford 2 ounces. In other words, it didn't do me any good, but I understand it might do people good. And other things for a lot of other people that have made things better. We tend to want it all now. We're not big on increments, but you can't lose sight of the increments because they add up to the sum total eventually. And, you don't pick all the fruit at once, in order. And we have something now in the area of home grow. It's all about home grow. It started with Joanne Zito, a petition for having a home grow bill written. This is really about patients, as it was, but is pretty much going to encompass everybody because now we were legal. And the purpose of it was to get a bill written and posted. That's the first step. If there's not a bill written, there's nothing to advocate for. You have to have a bill written. So that was the mission. It's the mission statement on letpatientsgrownj.com. It's the mission statement on everything we've done. So we've got that done. That would allow adults 6 plants and patients 10. Now, what happened with Jake's Law before it passed is it was kidnapped by legalization. It was hijacked. They combined the 2 bills because legalization seemed a little dodgy to get passed in the Senate, maybe. So they combined the 2 bills into one with the expectations that would help get it through. Well, it didn't. And it didn't get through, and Fuqua Muzan could not find the 21st Senate vote. But everybody was saying, for the patient part, I love that, but, I'm not so sure about legalization. So it delayed the process by over 6 months. Patients did not get this bill. They would have had it 6 months sooner, maybe more. So apparently, some senators learned a lesson then. You need a lifeboat. You just don't set out on this grand mission with patients and potheads, and I say that about myself. And if there was something wrong, women and children get in the lifeboats first. That's just kind of the way we work. So now we have the bill that's getting all the discussion is Senate Bill 3582, the one that would allow 10 and 6. But 2 sophomore senators learned. They must have thought, wow, this is my first year doing this, and look what happened. Patients got screwed for 6 months, and they felt bad. Now, and others too. But these 2 now sophomore senators, their second term, they also authored another bill. Senate Bill 3420 would allow patients 4 mature plants and 4 immature. The original bill and the one that 10 would have been better, but focusing on getting anything at all, it would have been 4 and 4. You ever heard of that bill? Nobody's heard of that. Nobody's heard. Well, there's a now here's the part that makes my head want to explode as an advocate, because what's below Advocacy 101? Is there a 100? Is there a 99? You know, this is below Advocacy 101.
It's basic knowledge.
Yeah, it's so basic that what happens with the first bill, patients need to explain to their senators why this is important for them, and they don't want to do it. Some have a hard time articulating, some are shy, some they don't know what to say. They're really reluctant to do it for that reason mainly. And I understand that. Now, this bill, though, they don't have to know anything about it. All they got to do is know what home grow would do for them. They have to know how to articulate that. All they have to do now is say, I'd like to their senators, I'd like you to confer with a senator from your own side of the aisle about S-3420. There are 2 Republican co-sponsors to this bill. That's never happened. This is a bipartisan bill. 2 Republican co-sponsors, 2 primary sponsors. The same one's primary sponsor, the other bill, Vin Gopal, and same one who's adding his name as a co-sponsor when the session gets back in. He's about to become they wrote that bill. That's the lifeboat bill. Now what's happening is when they hear, okay, I think it's a little bit early to have the home grow for everybody. We passed the law, but we don't even have the system in place yet. It just seems a little premature. I'd be more comfortable waiting till we have the system in place and then tackling it then. This is not a surprise that this would be being said by people who just don't want it. But they have a hard time saying no to patients growing their own because New Jersey did pass that in the original bill, and the Senate was taken out in the Assembly in a compromise, becoming the first state out of 14 with no home grow medically. That's what we did. We went the other way. It's time to realize we're the Donner Party, for crying out loud. You know, I mean, ooh, that's a good reference. We should have gone another way, and we should have started earlier. So what's happening at the moment is Steve Sweeney stands solidly in the way. It's leadership is not behind this right now. That's why we're not doing it. Leadership, that's Senator Sweeney. He's letting it be known, I do not want this bill posted for an informational hearing. That's the next step, an informational hearing, where police can come and say why they don't want it, when drug rehabs can say, here's what's going to happen, you're going to drive business to us. All the doomsday prophecies, they get to come and talk, and patients get to come and talk. Everybody gets their say. It's not a rigged system. Who would not want that to happen? Senator Sweeney co-sponsored S-119 in 2009, co-sponsored a bill that allowed patients 6 plants. What happened between then and now? What happened? It wasn't information, it wasn't scientific, it wasn't medically speaking, it's a change in the politics of it. What he wants to do is make sure the system is up and running in New Jersey, and New Jersey's getting their slice of the pie into the Treasury. When that starts happening, then he's going to be okay with it. He's not against it. He's against it muddying the waters for what he's trying to do for legalization. That is wrong. That's like, all right, all able-bodied adults in the rowboats, women, children, people with handicaps, stay behind, please. In what society is that acceptable? It's an informational hearing. It's a brand new petition I stayed up till 3:30 the other night putting up, simply about posting it for an informational hearing. Now, all patients have to do is write a quick email to their senator, knowing where he stands, that's where I come in, to say how this would help them, and that they want their senator to talk to one of the sponsors or co-sponsors of this bill. If you're a Republican, the Republican deputy whip in the Senate, the one that's supposed to whip up the votes for things, the one that's supposed to take the pulse of what's going on within their own party, is a co-sponsor. Republican Christopher Bateman was a freshman senator. He was a freshman senator in 2009 and voted for this passage of the original bill. So he's a Republican that's acting not as a Republican. He's acting as a senator. He's doing his job. And I don't just say that because he agrees with me. I'd actually think that about somebody going the wrong way, but the other way, except for Senator Sweeney. It's the politics of it. And he's the 800-pound elephant in the room, so to speak. And to my dismay, I've come to learn that many people that I work with accept that and want to restock and get ready for next session. That there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy, my friends. When somebody says, I don't think it's going to be able to get done, and they don't try, they create it not being done. They're fulfilling their own prophecy by their own actions or lack thereof. And it's never something that causes more work. It's something that's just easier. And I don't know if it's laziness, if it's just getting jaded to the process or what. But for my money, when patients are dying, and I know right now, within 1 mile of here, somebody's crying out in pain, and there's a family that can't do anything about it because they don't have the marijuana that it takes to relieve that situation. I cannot believe when I see somebody like Mary Pangburn, in pain. She had a stroke 20 years ago, and the pain is unbearable. I had to go help her get her medicine yesterday. I had to go get it for her off my own account because there's no home delivery because patients come in second. And there's no home delivery. Yes, it's official from Curaleaf and Belmar. They have no plans for home delivery. They are too busy. And I'm not saying this like bitching at them and pointing a finger. I'm saying this because this is in correspondence that is not private with them. That they are expanding their operations and they're basically too busy and they have no plans to establish home delivery. No looking into third parties, no anything. So things have to change. Now, I have a plan. Here's what works. Joanne Zito, 120 some people on a quick little petition about something to a specific senator, I believe it was. So, you know, it's a form, you write a quick little thing, and it was all on one petition-like thing. Somebody thought to attach a video, maybe 20 seconds. A little 20-second video, putting the exclamation point on what they said, making it human. That legislator wanted to be in touch with that person, wanted to talk about that. That got that legislator's attention, wouldn't it? Once you've seen somebody and you can feel them, you know, when they're grateful, you can feel it. When they're anxious, you see it. It's undeniable. So all patients have to do now is do a 20-second selfie. I can help with what you want to say, you know, anybody. It'd be like, for instance, my senator is Senator Holsaffel. I'm a patient. I've been fighting him on about cannabis issues since 1994 when he first became an assembly person. They know me well. My late wife Cheryl and I have picketed his office for so many times. They thought we met before we had because they'd seen us so many times. Now he's now the main spokesperson against all things marijuana in the Senate. And you would think it might be Senator Rice, but it's not. It's James Holsaffel. And he's my senator, but it doesn't mean I don't ask him. So I'm going to do a selfie video. It'd be something like, Senator Holsaffel, you know who I am, Jim Miller, I'm your constituent, I'm also a patient. My request is that you talk with Christopher Bateman, your deputy Senate whip, about Senate Bill 3420. I just want you to talk to him about it and then get back to me as to how you feel about co-sponsoring it. just get back to me. Don't ignore this. Boom. Now that's good. There's one more step. Why would he care? The quickest story about why we have these bills was from letpatientsgrow.com, my original idea on there. Once Joanne got it started, we both agreed that email trails would be good. You post your emails that aren't being answered, and the ones that are, and we put them up somewhere. And then they're part of the public can see them, the media can see them, other legislators can see them. So Jeff King was on Facebook with Senator Gopal, his senator, and he was typing in the what about marijuana, home grow at patients, whatever, something to do with his concern about patients. But this is the guy's own Facebook page, and they're friends, and he's typing, and everybody's reading it, you know? So he types back, Jeff, instead of trolling me here, why don't you hit me up at my office legit so we can discuss your concerns or something like that? To which Jeff replied, Jim Miller said you might say something like this. This is why the last 2 emails you have not answered are posted on letpatientsgrownj.com. Wow. Now everybody saw that. Who got had? So the good Senator Gopal went and looked at it and saw how incredibly terrible it looked and decided he didn't need to at least address this. Once he did that in good faith, because he was forced into doing it by my idea, yeah, he's the one writing the bills now. He's one of those sophomore senators who now works with Troy Singleton on these things as the new blood. That worked. You know, that's how it got started. That was typing. That wasn't even Jeff talking. Everybody could see. You have to just imagine. You won't have to imagine for long. You'll be seeing what it's like even when somebody demonstrates their joy, like Senator Singleton. Thank you so. Mary was feeling so bad. I was going to have a nice video of her. She was feeling so bad. She just didn't. She couldn't hardly talk, you know, because I got her medicine and she needed it. So, of course, we didn't do it. But before that, on the phone, she had just said, "Oh, if I could grow my medicine, oh, Senator Singleton, I would." Thank you if I could grow, because it's the only thing that's a keeper, but it's gone. But it doesn't have to be gone. I mean, my God, we have all this technology. I have no idea how it works. I have no idea how to integrate things, but I know how to use it. And now I've found a couple other people who are going to help me take care of this. This is not a Coalition for Medical Marijuana New Jersey sanctioned event. It is not done under their auspices. I will have to say that disclaimer anytime I talk about it. I'm a board member, and well, I guess as good a place as any to say it. That's not for long. I'm not going to be a board member by next week. I'm going to resign so that I can get this done without having to. I respect how our organization works, and we don't do things as individuals without telling them and discussing it first. And my plan involves, where do you get started with patients? You know, I mean, this is nice, but you know where you go? You go where the patients are. Where are the patients? Where would you find right now?
The dispensary line.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, where's the biggest serving dispensary? It's in Belmar. It's Curaleaf. It's the one that they have probably more patients than all the rest combined. So that's where you'd go. Now, you don't go on their property, but I was of the mind that, well, this would be a good space. They're spending $500 that they really don't even have to spend going in, coming out. What better time to say, would you like to grow your own? Would you like to take part? That's the petition. The petition is not is a means to an end. It's not the end. A petition by itself, in and of itself, does nothing other than set up other actions. We got blah, blah, blah people on a petition. There, that's it. That's all what it's for. That is what it's for. And it also points me to people who share the petition. They care enough to share it, and that's what makes it work. I get back to them. I say, I'm starting a Facebook group. I'm the administrator. Price of admission is 1 share. You share, you're there. Ooh, I like that. And what happens then is I've started it. I have somebody that's technically savvy. It's his job. He does this for other businesses. He's 32. He'd like to help. He's going to be my tech translator and help me with what I need to understand. And it's been my experience generally on Facebook, people step up when they can do something. You know, so if there's a group of people who share this petition and understand this is me doing it, and it's the last thing I'm ever going to do, and then I might come to podcasts, but I really need to. I'm not a tireless advocate. I'm an exhausted advocate. I'm a growing old advocate, and I got my own health to take care of.
Right.
So this is it. This session, not next year, not another 2 years. I'm done. But I know it can happen, and I cannot convince anybody from my own organization that it can happen. So it's amicable. We're about to part ways, and here's the odd part. I went for Mary's medicine. It was thunderstorming, and I'm like, I'm ready with an umbrella, and I drive up, and there's nobody there. There's 4 cars in their parking lot. There's nobody in line. The doors are open. There's 4 security just hanging around outside. I walk in. I forgot to bring money in because I just parked in the lot for the first time since well before the pandemic. There's nobody in line in there. There's one guy waiting for somebody to take care of him, and by the time I walked in, right up to somebody, and I thought, oh, this is an omen. I'm about to not be a member of my own coalition that I formed in Cheryl's honor, and then she died, and it became in her memory. I'm about to give that up for this. So, one, I can act accordingly without having to discuss it. I can use my own field vision, which I've developed by noticing what works and what doesn't. And I'm not going to wait. If anything, this will be the last thing I do, and I hope it sets everybody else up for next session if it doesn't work. I'm not afraid of failure. I'm afraid of not trying and then wondering, could I have done more? That was my insurance policy with Charles, how it got that way. I knew it was going to outlive her. I knew it was going to feel like crap when it was over. The one thing I didn't want was to wish I'd done something or more of. So that was my insurance policy, and it works because now it's fond memories. It's the cycle of life. It's the part that sucks. And she went down fighting. She died with a medical marijuana shirt on. I didn't like it. It said I'm a medical marijuana user. You know, I don't like it's a stupid term, but that was the old marijuana policy project shirt, and she liked it because you know, we got that right. We got that actually right before I got arrested the first time. So anyway, that's where we are, and patients can then, with coaching, simply write the email that says, would you talk with a member from your own party? You don't have to walk across the aisle to have the conversation with a person you probably converse with daily. I want you to sit down, take the time to go over this bill that one of you is a co-sponsor of. That's the co-sponsor's job. Patients don't have to know anything about it. How many plants is it? I don't know. Why don't you ask him? Why don't you ask your colleague? That's the system. They have unwritten rules, and why do we expect we know what they are? Baseball has unwritten rules. Did you know that? Baseball? Professional baseball has unwritten rules. Oh, hell yeah. If you're leading by more than 8 runs after 6 innings, you don't swing at the first pitch. I swear to God. And if you do, the next batter, if you don't hit it, gets one in the back. It happens all the time. Look up unwritten rules of baseball. Somebody wrote them down, screw them unwritten rules. But my point is you don't know what they are. We don't know what they are. We don't know why when you tell them, make all the sense in the world, even Steve Sweeney, you co-sponsored it, you know it's the right thing to do, why aren't you doing it? The unwritten rules are, one, he's not going to tell me, you know. But that's everybody's rule. But I cannot talk him into something that another legislator could. Another legislator could say, Steve, I'm having a lot of hard time explaining to patients who are sending me videos that are on a public website. I have to get back because my reply is going to be on this public website. Other people can see this. The media can see it. The media could actually ask me a question. Why have you ignored 3 patients, one who is crying and begging for you to just talk to a member of your own party? This is it. Patients suffer because they suffer in obscurity. Cheryl knew that. I knew that. She suffered publicly all the time. Holy crap. You know, she did an ad. She fell out of bed while I was making the bed. Turns out if you pull a sheet too hard one way, a person can roll. Yeah, she lost her 2 front teeth. She almost died trying to have them fixed, so she went through last part of her life missing 2 front teeth. What kind of person, not just what kind of woman, what kind of person wants to go on an ad that's going to get national attention to get a congressman out of office? Well, she did, and Congressman Bob Barr, who prohibited D.C.'s law from taking place, was redistricted, primary, another Republican. 2 weeks before the election, Libertarian candidate ran the ad featuring Cheryl, 30-second ad, and jump-taked from one thing to the next. It was, "My name's Cheryl Miller. I use medical marijuana. Bob Barr thinks I should be in jail for using my medicine." And she'd say, "Why would you do that to me, Bob?" And then they paused and the Libertarian spoke, and then they played that part again, and she couldn't get it out in one breath. She lived it a whole, like, that was about 6 months before she died. And it's the video part that works. That commercial ran, they gathered $50,000, ran it 2 weeks before. The last poll showed Bob Barr leading 45-42 against his Republican and he lost 64-36. It went from him up by 3 to him being down by 28. I hope. You know, doing the math. It's all there. It's been done before. That Joanne's the one that added something that got the attention. Sure, well, that's the end of an explosion. Nobody else is going to do that. But it's all there. It's not new. It's right there, but it's too simple. I don't understand. The idea is to give Senator Sweeney baggage that people will understand and then steer them towards that. So that's where I'm at. And anybody that shares my petition gets invited to my page to say, people say, "You know what I should do?" I'm asking you, what should I do?
Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
That thing with the dispensary? I'm there.
What's
I'm
that?
with you.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'll go.
I don't know. There's another point to be made. It was made by another member of the coalition. Good point. Why not go to one of the dispensaries that was actively campaigning against homegrown? And my knee-jerk reaction was, because that's not where the most patients are. And that's made pragmatic by my rule book, but my rule book also says, "Jim, you're not always right. You got to get back into that center and examine everything." And I did, and I thought that had more merit than I gave it credit for. There's no reason I can't start there first. So I'm waiting now to hear which dispensary it is, and I'm going to start there, and that's the statement, and that's the protest part. But I can also pick up some patients. But this is not about protest. This is about giving patients a chance to do a selfie video, and it has to be 30 seconds or less. Because it turns out nobody's going to watch a 5-minute video all the way through. And when I say nobody,
No.
I'm serious about 1 in 100.
One person.
Yeah. And yet people will watch a 28-second video. And if it's something that catches them even a little bit, they'll watch it all the way through. They will watch 10 of those in a row, but not one 5-minute one.
Nope.
I've done the math. It's damn near the same amount of time. So, did you know that when you go to YouTube and you watch a 28-second video and it goes off, it suggests other videos. So if it said blah 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 number 1, and it suggests blah 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 number 2, blah 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 number 3, whatever it might be. I'm not suggesting call it blah, 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 blah. So it's happened to me. And then I'm almost looking for others, because they're quick and they're to the point. And maybe one has a little kid, sitting on his leg, I don't want my daddy to be in pain, whatever. Some people get creative. But it has to be part of the public record. Patients are where they are. Where we are now, because they live in obscurity. You do the opposite, I do the opposite, but most do. There's 100,000 patients And rather than say, what if 100,000, I say, what if 12 people did this? And other patients could see what it looks like. And they could think, I could do that. I want to talk to my senator. I want him to see me. I'm serious. It'll work.
I think it's amazing.
It'll work. It's almost too simple. And yet, I am going to resign from the coalition. It's obviously not going to be private then. And honestly, it's not with resentment. They don't need me. They used to need me. They really don't need me.
You're the founder.
And they can benefit from everything I do as a non-member. They get the same benefit. And the short story, and without, I'm not going to be more specific, there certain funding would be jeopardized. Coalition doesn't have very good funding. And a source of funding would dry up if I do this
stunt.
And they can't separate me from the coalition. And I'm not worth that. I am not worth that money. You know? I mean, I'm kind of like Arlo Guthrie when he had a job when he was 16. He sucked at his job, but everybody liked him in the office, so they kept him around. Here I am. I'm good with that. I really am. I'm just hoping that when that's part of the story on the page I'm going to set up probably tonight, I'm going to let it out on that. I'm going to make sure it's inclusive. There's going to be so many missives from me and probably every other day video exhortation myself. I'm going to do like Cheryl did. I'm going down swinging. I'm going to address this 800-pound elephant, and I'm going to do it no matter what I have to do. I have one more arrest left in me, but here's the thing. Anything I do when we go to whatever dispensary I go to first, I go to the local police. I tell them of my plans, and I suggest, if we don't already know the First Amendment to the Constitution and how it will be applied here, you can contact the county prosecutor or a municipal prosecutor. That'd be the wisest thing to do. I'm giving you advance warning. I don't want you to have a knee-jerk reaction like they did at Congressman Frank Pallone's house the year Cheryl died. Police in Long Branch had a knee-jerk reaction. It seems I was picketing his Ocean Road house on the sidewalk with a wheelchair and a sign that said, here lives Congressman Pallone. He lied while my wife died. He told me and Cheryl to her face that he would talk to Congressman Rob Anders about this because he supported us in everything we were doing and what we were trying to do then. He said he would. He didn't. And I don't let that go. So I didn't just show up. I walked 26 miles from Seaside to Long Branch, fundraising for Cheryl's memorial that was going to be in Washington and officially at the Supreme Court on the 22nd of October. She passed away in June, so I had time to set that up. So I walked 26 miles there. I can barely walk now. That's why I'm laughing. And from about 7:30 till a little after midnight, I didn't see any police. I just picketed. And then they came in, 2 one way and 1 the other way, SWAT style. I'm not kidding. There's a guy that stopped to talk to me then, and he was freaked out. He's like, he's walking away real quick, but he stayed to watch. And the guy said, what's going on? I said that you have to ask shows I'm not doing my job very well. And here lives Congressman Pallone, and blah, blah, blah. Goes, what makes you so sure Congressman Pallone lives here? I said, that's a good point. I went down to the borough hall and I looked up in the records that this address belongs to Frank and Sarah Pallone. My only worry is that they might be renting it out or something like that, but you would have told me, so now I'm sure I appreciate it. To that, he pulled on some gloves with the fingers out because they had the leather jackets and all on, and other police stepped back when he did that, and I stepped in.
Jeez.
And he said, you're going to have to leave now. And I went, or? And I said, you have to say I'm going to place you under arrest if you don't leave, or I don't have to leave. You got to say that in my experience, not once but twice, because you don't want me to be able to say I didn't understand, when we go to court. And then he said something else, and I went, and, I wanted him to take me down. And he said, we've had complaints, and complaints? Yeah. He goes, no, not from there. If we get one more, people say they fear for their life and property. They can't see what you're doing. They don't know what you're doing. And I thought, that sounds statutorial. Fear for life and property, that's statutorial. You might have something there. You know what? I'm going to give you time to make sure. I'm going to agree to leave. I'm going to call for a ride. Where can I stand where you won't hassle me between now and when he comes? But tell the morning crew to read the Constitution, and they don't have to read far. It's the First Amendment to the Constitution. I'm going to be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow, and I'm going to be being filmed. Because Pete Christopher is a filmmaker of sorts. Anyway, long story, less long. They just ignored me the next morning for 3 hours. Frank and Sarah Pallone did not go to church that they attend down the road 3/4 of a mile. I do my homework. They didn't go because they had a ride right by me. A neighbor rode by and he gave me the finger, and I took a picture. It was so good. It's a badge, So next year, my friend Gary Sage went down and said the original thing that Frank Pallone was doing that was wrong is each year there was a resolution that medical marijuana was a dangerous and addictive drug and should not be legalized by any state. This is a resolution that they had each year then. That was the old days. That's where we were. And he voted yes on that. And Gary Sage said, Jim doesn't want to come back to your house, but he will. We're just asking that you abstain. And he voted the other way. He voted against it. So he wiped the slate clean. So if I can do that at a congressman's house, how much trouble do you think I'm going to have at a dispensary that sells pot to people? I always say it like that because it sounds, demeaning. But my point is I do have that right. I don't have to get arrested for it. There's no way I'm going to get arrested for piddly-ass stuff like this. I've been arrested for Cheryl eating marijuana in a congressman's office in 1998. We were arrested, and of course that didn't fly anywhere. And then I was arrested when she was laying down, camping out in his doorway so nobody could get in and out of the office, and I was arrested for that. And then I was arrested when George Bush came campaigning for a second term, saying, my opponent flip-flops, I make important decisions, I stick to them. And he made an important decision in 1999 and said he thought states should have the right how to choose that choice for themselves about medical marijuana. Doesn't that sound like him? Really, the words weren't quite in the right place, And then, of course, he did nothing but be against it. So I called him out at a rally in Medford, and I was arrested for that. I'm not going to get arrested anymore. I mean, I'll never object to it, but that was to create huge tsunami-like angular changes in where we were going. This is just to push somebody over the edge that's right there anyway. It's Steve Sweeney. But the fight has to be public, and I can make that happen at work with Finn Gopal. They've asked for help in getting senators, talk to your senator. They took out an ad. Oh, I'm sorry, it was an op-ed, which is like a free ad, in Hetty, New Jersey. It was excellent, and Dan was very clever to make sure that got in. They asked for help. They left their phone number. Here's a phone number. Here's an email, suggestions. When's the last time you ever heard a legislator say, I need suggestions on how we can proceed for getting home grow? Never. Anyway, just make sure, hit me up to be on that upcoming thing there, because it's the one time I'm ever going to ask, what should I do? But I might, and it's probably going to go on letpatientsgrowNJ.com, but Joanne's really busy. I got to make sure that it can get up there. But now if I have people in one area, I can say, does anybody know how to do the most basic thing on an existing website? I'd like senators' names that you could click on, and it would go right to nothing, blank, nothing yet, or here's an email and here's another email, both unresponded, or this was the response. It's copy paste stuff. I mean, I don't want to oversimplify it, but I believe this is all by myself and my Gemini head. I think this will work. I think this is using as many pieces of the puzzle as can be used in one sitting. We have all the cards, they have so few. Well, what's the good argument? There isn't one. So then the fight is in making the argument, but who will hear it? Will you make sure, it's not a tree in a forest and no one there? You herd them into the forest, you bring the forest. I mean, you do something, but you don't wait till next session. You do not wait till next session. I got to be honest. Does that sound like pitiful or something? I mean, I feel like I've got no energy. I'm not. I feel beat.
I think that it's a wonderful idea, and I'd love to help.
Yeah.
I think anybody would love to help. I think people would be jumping at the chance to do something. It's time to shake things up. It's been stagnant. We're not being heard. It's the same shit over and over.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to start. I do.
This is funny though. What does that card say? It's a Coalition for Medical Marijuana. Jim Miller. What am I referred to as?
You're the founder.
No,
you're co-founder.
The
but
co-founder.
You're one of the founders.
See, this is not Jim Miller board member. This is not Jim Miller active member. This is the card for Jim Miller co-founder. I will always be the co-founder. And that's been my email ever since I've had email. pot for MS at Yahoo. What's that?
Kind of shocked.
And when I can make Slava laugh, I'm on the right track. Seriously, it's that simple. And here's another thing. I'm Jim the Hammer. I'm the guy that would make people take notice so the policy wonks could explain it. Bill Caruso, policy wonk. He is the most valuable man I have on the inside to talk to people on the inside. He was Rob Andrews' chief of staff, and then he was the legal counsel for the assembly at one point, and as a lawyer, and now he's pretty much full-time lobbyist for all things cannabis. You got to have the right people to go to, but you got to give them something to take in, and this can work. I cannot get people to understand that, and I think it is too simple, but the fact is I'm the hammer. I'm the one that would walk her state. I've been arrested 4 times. Cheryl was in her hospital bed out in front of there because we got tired of people saying it's never been proven for MS. It's never been proven. They're not allowed to study it. The federal government doesn't release the cannabis necessary for a gold standard, double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical crossover tests. It's never been studied. The MS Society isn't behind it. We're like fighting that. So,
I remember that. The
MS we did a test. We did a test because nobody else would.
So annoying.
And the test was set up Cheryl's hospital bed, get reporters here. That was part of a walk from Boston to Washington, and Cheryl and I did the New Jersey part from Jersey City to Ben Franklin Bridge. We stopped here along the way, October 10th, 1997, 10/10. On 10/10. The Star Ledger announced Cheryl's going to commit an act of civil disobedience. The press showed up. State troopers were there. I picked her up, and she's stiff like a board. I put her in the bed. She's stiff. And I said, now all she's going to have now is a fresh Coca-Cola because she likes that, unadulterated. And what's in the bottom of this Gatorade bottle? It's a tincture sent by Dr. Augustine, Dr. Dennis Augustine in Florida. Doctor sent a tincture so Cheryl could have this to do. Sent a lot more than was in the bottle, too. She was, oh my God. That one in itself was like freaky how well it worked. So I had a certain amount, not a lot, but a little more than she normally do. And it's going to just take a sip. And then state trooper made a move like he might be going to come over, and I turned my head and she got the whole dose all at once. I said, oh, here we go. So, We left her alone. The press did something I hear they never do. They waited for an hour. They didn't know it was going to take that long. I said, now you got to wait for an hour and I'll show you the difference. An hour later, she's like wet spaghetti. I mean, you know, her legs would fall to the side rather than straighten out. So then it's not a good test if we can't verify what's in it. So I had to verify what's in it, and I took it inside to give it to state troopers. And the trooper present went and came back with a guy. He wasn't like super tall. He wasn't imposing, and he had a vein bulging in his head that I thought needed attention. When he came up and he's all red faced, and he goes, "What is this?" And I told him. He goes, "And what would you have me do with it?" What? Well, you know, it's like, okay, I play chess, the binary system. You do this, I can do this or this. Okay, then I this or this. That wasn't in my whole, you know. So I said, well, I think you should probably have it tested. It's illegal in the state of New Jersey. I possessed it, and I gave it to Cheryl, and she took it, and she's under the influence of it right now. And have it tested. Because why don't you have it tested? Oh, okay, now we're in a whole new area, you know, bizarro world. So I said, what, like at the health department? He goes, if that's where you want to go there. So now at the end of a very long day, because keep in mind I was walking across the freaking state. I'd walked all day, all morning to get here, you know. Yeah, I went down there. Cheryl stayed in the car. I didn't want to be long. I walked in. I told the very befuddled guy at the door what was up. He said, give me a phone. He said, here, talk to this person. I was on the phone, and a couple of seconds later, he goes, Mr. Miller? And he gave me another phone. I did my cagney. Oh, you dirty rat. You turned me in, you dirty rat, you. And the state police, they said, Mr. Miller, they're not going to test it. Leave. All right, I'm not going to slap cuffs on myself. Cheryl needed attending to. So, yeah, we were willing to do stuff like that. She was willing to suffer in public. And patients don't have to do that now. They have to have somebody do a 30-second or less direct to their senator. Mary's going to be Senator Singleton. I want to thank you for everything you're doing for S3420 so that I can grow my own. I could never repay you, and I could never tell you how much that would mean to me. There, that's it. That's it. Boom. Somebody else gets, I would like you to talk to a member of your own party. You don't have to go across the aisle. Who's a co-sponsor or sponsor of S3420? That would let me grow my own medicine. And then I want you to get back to me and tell me what you think. Did that take 20 seconds? That's it. But I'm not in pain right now. And if I was in pain and somebody asked me to do that and I could, you get to try 1, try 2, take 4. You know what I should have said? Here's points I want to make, or you can just say it. It doesn't matter. It just needs to be a compendium of them. And then those who will, I find somebody with a Facebook, YouTube. I find somebody with a YouTube account.
Yeah.
Who would put these up?
Oh shoot! Of course.
You know, or I get one myself. But this is my swan song. I want to leave everybody with something. You know, I want everybody to take part and realize we could have done this without you.
I want to film this whole thing, and I think this is the greatest idea ever. I think this is wonderful.
I sense big things happening here.
Yeah, this is incredible.
I'm into it.
You just dropped a bomb on everyone, Jim.
You know, yeah, okay, listen. Yeah, it's already public knowledge, because I told Slava before, but it's not a secret. I just haven't officially tendered it yet. I made up my mind, even though if we go and have big success at a dispensary that's against it, and I start getting in touch with patients through that and through the Facebook petition, I might not go to Curaleaf. Wouldn't that be ironic? That all this would have been for nothing, except for one thing. You know, you got people that'll like roll like a log for 10 miles to a shrine to pay respects. You know that, right? People do the damnedest things to go pay respects. All I'm doing is resigning from a coalition. I serious as a heart attack. Had to tell Cheryl she was about to die. It was 4 days before she died. Thought it was going to be 2 weeks. And I felt that I had to tell her that I couldn't go on. I was tired, and I didn't want her to think that I would. I might, but I don't know. And I told her. I told her she was going to be with her son and her daughter and our dog Floyd. That was code for die. She looked relieved. Then she said, "I'm sorry," to me. So anyway, I said, "Tell you what, I don't have it in me anymore." And she said, "But you have to." I said, "Man, I didn't expect that, you know." She never said that to me, "But you have to," about anything. She told me, "I wish we'd known sooner." So there it was, beginning to end. It's like, yeah, Jim, come on. Of course you do. You have no choice. So I made a deal, deathbed promise, that I would ask myself, what would you do? And if I think you would have showed up, I'll show up for you. What do you think Cheryl would have done right now?
Everything you're doing.
Yeah, she'd lay down in the congressman's office door to make a point. I'm pretty sure she'd make a 20-second video. That's all I'm asking. From the comfort of everybody's own home. Patients have to understand, I'm sorry, recreational users are not going to get this done for you. It's holding you back. We have a patients-only petition. I will still support everybody's right. I'm a grown-ass adult, and I deserve that right by that. But I'm not going to sacrifice 1 second of my time towards patients anymore. I am all about this bill, and it gets a hearing. Because you know what patients get to do then, those who can? For the first time ever in their life, they get to speak on record, testify in a committee hearing to the people right there. And I'll help them get there. But that needs to happen. That's where it starts. That's where the press shows up, the committee hearing. You know why we got post-traumatic stress added to the program? You want to tell them?
By being here with vets protesting.
And in the committee hearing.
And going into that committee hearing that day, the 3 vets, Don, Phil, and Leo.
Exactly.
Went in there.
They sat at a table one by one and gave testimony about post-traumatic stress. It was riveting. It was why the bill passed.
Amazing.
This is how it works. So to prevent the informational hearing, and if it's remote, patients even easier getting there. It's there. And people that know me nobody's known me my whole advocacy career. I almost said nobody. Cheryl's a gatekeeper for 8 years. Not one other patient spoke up. Nobody other Pete Christopher and John Peace were there to help for that until 1999. It took that long to me. That's a long time to not, if it was somebody and one time, about 98, I saw in a paper, MS patient and medical marijuana. I thought, awesome. Is that Cheryl? Oh, no, it's not Cheryl. It was somebody else, fake name, 3/4 view, not showing her face. I thought, well, that's good, but that says I'm afraid. That says there's going to be consequences, Yeah. No, you got to walk right up. You got to be the Black Knight and Monty Python, search for the Holy Grail. That was Cheryl. Yeah, I like Monty Python references. But anyway, it's there. And it's perfect timing. And we've never had a bipartisan bill like that where you ask a Republican to talk to your party's deputy whip in the Senate. That's the request. That's it. Not going to tell you how to vote, not going to tell you how to think. You get them to talk to the one person that has a shot at actually changing your mind. And then other people are going to be like, I want them to complain to Senator Sweeney behind the scenes. We don't see it. It's one of those rules. We don't get to see how it works. But knowing somebody like Bill Caruso, he tells me how it works. I tell him I don't like it. He tells me that's how it is. I respect that. I want to know the playing field. And the playing field says that senators will not complain, but they'll advise him. I'm having more than one patient get in touch with me by way of video excerpt that's on a public website. I need to answer. I don't have the right answer. Can I say that you're thinking about it? You see, this is the behind the scenes. I'm imagining it. I'm guessing, but doesn't that not make sense? Think like them. That's a sick problem that I have, that I can think like other people. And I think part of me must be like not right to even be able to do that, but try to understand. And it's about their job. I don't begrudge anybody that. I'm not going to be like, well, it's about patients' lives. That's the playing field. But we can come across that. Patients just have to see somebody taking part, and somebody else other than me has to make sure it's in a form people understand. I need to find that. I mean, I'm not going to find it here today, but I am going to find it on my Facebook group. I've won money for the coalition before when we've disagreed. I've won money. Ed Hahnemann, board member, had to pay the coalition. It was either 10 or 20 bucks. I think it might have been about after Christie said he's not going to make any more improvements. He's not going to okay any. And then it was either the children being able to access their medicine with edibles or whatever, and on school ground, but also that it was the veterans. He had no choice. You don't mess with veterans or children. Simple as that. That's one of their rules. Because you got nothing. So I'm glad to be able to explain all this to people who actually might have an idea that this could work, because that would, right now, 1, 2, 3, that would more than double the amount of people that actually think it can't be this simple. So yeah, I'm all in, and I'm not the guy to be doing it. I'm really not. I'm kind of a screw up when it comes to the actual nuts and bolts of getting something done. Other than work, I was a deck builder. I mean, I can get something done beginning to end like nobody else, but not this. It's things get away. I'm not the one for the job. That's why it was good to be part of a coalition. So I'm going to start my own coalition. It's not going to be called the coalition, but the Coalition for Medical Marijuana was formed when I met Ken as the new board member of a reconstituted New Jersey Normal. After 1 month of being a board member, all I heard was, you want it legal for everybody, though. Well, the next thing, it's legal for everybody. No, yeah, it's not part of the discussion, yes, but no, So Ken was having the same thing happen, and we decided we could do both. We could be board members at Normal, but we would form an organization in New Jersey dedicated solely for advancement of the marijuana as medicine. And we did that because Normal was our anchor. Now I got to do what I got to do. That coalitions become my anchor. And that's not a bad thing. It's not like they're just saying, well, we want to stop Jim. It's just the natural thing. I'm pulling away. They're not pulling away from me. I'm pulling away from them. And they're going to stay the course. I have some individual support. And but I'm still co-founder, and quite frankly, resigning as a board member is more symbolism than anything. I mean, I'm allowing me to be removed from, message boards and everything else. Somehow, this is how it's supposed to happen. I'm not even going to question why. Clock's ticking. And I ask people, what have you done today? And when I say that, I'm not being facetious, because I know what patients have done. They've suffered. And the motto of the coalition is, because no one deserves to suffer needlessly. So I'm carrying that motto literally. Can't ask them to wait another year. Can't say leadership's not on board. We can't just fight the fights that we know we can win. We can't just advocate for the things we know people will listen to. And now and then you got to cull one from the herd and hold them up as an example and make the others say, well, I don't want any of that. I use Frank Pallone as an example now. And I've many times in the past said, listen, as an example, like Steve Sweeney, say, listen, let's contact Congressman Frank Pallone, ask him about me and how this is going to work out. He'll take your call. It's a great reference to other people. And I do that. I don't know that anybody does call. I would hope they do, you know. If anything, you know, I would think it would surprise, you know, Frank Pallone would get a call from a state legislator and he goes, "Is it about Jim Miller?" And I always thought it would be different. It's not like, you know, when he got arrested for the first time, it was like, you know, Congressman's office. It was world news. It was the Associated Press's story of the day. It worked. And I said, this is something I'll have with me long after Cheryl's gone. And at some point I'll be the old guy and people can say, what was it like? And what would you do? And it's quite the opposite. It's, don't worry, we can handle it. And almost an attitude of,
hold on, what's that, man? Petition? Oh, stickers? Do we have any stickers?
no, I don't know.
I have Jeff's Law stickers. I have those. Oh, there you go, Savvy Jane stickers. Yeah, we should have petitions out here and stuff that we need. You know, normally, yeah, we do. You can go to sativacross.org and check us out over there. We're gonna have petitions up there. There you go. Nice.
What's wrong with us that we travel with stickers in our bags?
I love it. Yeah.
Hey, Seth, have you shared the petition yet? I know, he's always... I wouldn't ask, you know. No, a person could say yes, that's all it takes, you know, but... I appreciate that. And
I think I shared this morning as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, it got 11 shares, didn't have the night before, and I haven't promoted it really yet or anything. I actually promoted the first, but went to first petition. You can send out something to the people through change.org. I guess that's the one that comes up on their email, you know, and you know.
Yeah, it was Change.
Yeah. So anyway, they send that out. It is all about getting it shared, though. I mean, that's the only way it's really gonna get around, and it's just so easy to do. You know, you don't know how it's gonna. Spider web, but again, it's a means to an end. It's more about having the ear of people and
grassroots.
Yeah, and that we can gradually find the people that have the interest level enough that, you know, they maintain an interest in it.
I think that if you make it very easy for them to, this is what you know. You should be saying in your own words.
I offer the template.
Yeah.
And then add what you want in the next paragraph. But I point out that the more you add, the more cover you give that person. When all a person asks is, I want you to talk to a co-sponsor, they got nowhere to hide. But if it comes with all the reasons why it would be so good for them, they'll find something else. Well, I've already gotten in touch with the Department of Health about, and it'll be about something else. They have something else to tell you. But the shorter the request, the less places to hide. But to just make sure that it's how would it affect you and your family? How is it adversely affecting you now? And the question, what do you give up? Everybody gives up something. They don't get something. That's de facto giving it up. Nobody can afford it. Nobody can afford to spend $500 a month, and that's the low estimate. But they do. So it comes out of something else. And if you have family, it comes away from them. People ask me, well, Jim, what do you give up? Nobody asks, so I'll ask myself. You're not like, if we're Abbott and Costello, you're neither, man. You just freaking sit there.
Too many dabs.
You know, even Johnny Carson had a, how hot was it?
He's in dab land.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
How high was it?
I distracted myself. That gets to be a problem. And I got to tell you, that's my reference point for it's okay for me to have something to smoke now. I have an edible. I maintain my center better. I forget less in the short term. But if I'm going to forget in the short term on edibles, I'm going to have a little more fun then too.
You want a dab? We get you high.
Yeah, I don't. I'm still on a. I don't share joints or any of my stuff.
No, that's right.
I was gonna bring my own dab thing though. I forgot.
You get high like me.
Yeah.
I'm really high right now. And so are you.
Where's the helium?
What's the giveaway?
That is you, right? Because
the helium tank is under the table.
You should have waited till I lit this up and then.
Not the only tank under the table.
There's nitrous and helium. I picked the wrong one.
Oops.
Oops, wrong one again.
Shocker.
Try both.
Like at a dead show.
Well, maybe there'll be something really good going on by next month. It'll be interesting, to see between now, looking back on now, when
Jim,
it is next month.
I want to get arrested with you.
I don't want to get arrested.
We haven't done that together yet, though.
No, I don't want to do
I
that.
have not been arrested yet. Well, I was.
It's
but-
either I have one more left and I don't want to use it. It's like I got 5 fouls in a basketball game. I don't want the 6th.
All you got to do is keep it moving. You got to keep moving. They don't say how fast you got to go. You got to just keep it moving. If you're going to protest, you got to move.
I think
Shuffle.
I might have taught you that.
Shuffle.
I might have taught you that. I did that in Frank Pallone's district. It's well known. I've been on him. And they said to me,
love that rule.
You can't have a stationary picket.
Right, just okay.
And I said, but I'm not stationary. I know it looks like I might have to pee or something, but if you'll notice, I'm going a little bit this way with each step. So I suggest you call a supervisor, and he did. He called the supervisor, and the guy came down and laughed, and he said, listen, okay, how about we do this? How about you don't buttonhole anybody? If they come to you, they see your sign, they come to you, you're good. It is. It's the dividing lines. Dividing lines are tough, And, but I'm not going to be on anybody's property. I'm going to be parked where patients can see me, or I'll be standing on a sidewalk where they can see me. I'm not going to buttonhole them. They come to me. I will talk to them. But I'm also going to hope I can refine the process of, would you like to say something to your legislator for like 30 seconds? We'll do a dry run, and show you how it goes. And I'd like to put it up on a website or at least my Facebook.
What would you say to your legislature? 30 seconds. What would you say to your legislature?
Well, my legislator is James Holsapple.
What would you say? Give me 30 seconds.
So I'd like you to talk to one of the 2 co-sponsors of S3420 from your own party. Deputy Whip would be good. A guy that knows what he's talking about. You already know what this means to me. You haven't even admitted that it's medicine yet. I want 2 things from you. I want you to say, yes, I consider it medicine, and yes, I've talked to one of those legislators. How long is that?
Yeah, 30 seconds. I was just checking. 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Right on.
I'm good at this. That was a demonstration. I can do that, so I had to cut it off. I feel it. You know what I did when I was in the hospital for 59 days when I hurt my feet over 4 days? I time a minute. I could look at a clock and look away, and I time a minute, first by counting, then by just feeling it. I was bored. Say, you want me to open the blinds, Mr. Miller? What, and see where I can't go? No. I'm counting seconds. By the way, a minute's almost up. Look, boom. Yeah. They can also then be cut and jump taked. You could ask patients questions to answer just briefly. And 5 questions. You ask them all the same questions. Then you take the answer and you put 5 answers behind one question. 3, 4, and then 5. And then another question. And you're going to get quick stuff, and it's more like a discussion. Well, do you have to give up anything for it? Well, I got to give up buying new clothes. I haven't bought new clothes in 3 years, and neither has my husband. These are things that I've heard. You know what I give up? Forgot. Because he didn't ask. People know my financial situation, and I'm on Medicaid too, so I can declare. They don't want me to buy them Christmas presents or birthday presents because they know that is worth a certain amount of medicine that I now will not have. They get it, and they seriously don't want me to do that. I'm the guy that doesn't give presents. I'm the guy that hasn't given presents in a long time. My better half buys them, and everybody knows I don't sign my name exactly like she signs hers on a card. It's the way it is, but I don't get to do that, and I'd like to. And if I was growing my own and I did not need to spend that much money, and I know people that will make that happen for me so I don't have to spend money in the long run, I could buy people presents again. I'd like that. I really would. It's not much to some people, but it's Christmas morning, and my better half's house, her and family, and we've been together for well over a decade, so I'm part of the family. And we get together on Christmas Eve, and I get this bag of stuff from everybody, and I have to have ways of saying thank you. Sorry I didn't get you anything. All different. I'll do what I did one year. I made cards up. I took the time, and it'd be stuff like, well, if I could do it. On the front, sorry I didn't get you a present you desire, and they'd open it and they'd say, but my chestnuts got roasted on an open fire. Or one that had like a half moon cut out of the binded, the end. Said, bet you thought I didn't get you anything again this year for a present. And then opened it, and it's this big ornate bullseye. It was like a target with the hole being in the middle now. Yeah, I did like 6 of them. And you could hear chuckles, and everybody traded gym cards. Oh, what do he give you? It was like the best thing I ever did. I just got to get started earlier next time. But it's all because I'm better off with my medicine, and I'll be honest about it. Not only does it make it doable on my feet, which I suffered catastrophic injury in 2012. It centers me. It always has since 1970. I can have a little, and the static disappears. I'm not as distracted. It's everything it shouldn't be from what I heard why I shouldn't do it. So yeah, I'll cop to that. It works for me on 2 levels. And I'm glad it's legalized now. Anybody, you want to go over or under on when New Jersey's going to sell the first cannabis to an adult? And maybe we could have a side.
You need to be a little bit more exact, because I believe these beautiful jars that are in front of us are currently being sold, and the contents are free. So technically, I'm not really sure how to answer your question.
Yeah,
I think you need to fine tune it a bit.
Defined with a sale that will. Some of it will end up in the New Jersey's treasury.
A state-regulated sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
State-regulated. I could have shortcutted to that. Yeah.
When New Jersey's going to finally get off the pot.
Here's the real question, though.
Get it?
Do you think the state of New Jersey is going to wait the 2 years it'll take them to actually set up a full system of distribution? How to distribute it, not who gets it and when, and the rules of it, not the promulgation of Joe's rule. The nuts and bolts. Are they going to do that, or are they going to go at least a year earlier by using the dispensary system already in place with a plan that won't affect patients in any way? But that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to start through dispensaries because, yes, I believe New Jersey will do whatever gets it money in the treasury quickest. And yes, we can talk about how greedy they are, but looking from their point of view, it's who is the one that got this to get New Jersey the money is the one that's going to do better politically. That's their game. That's why patients aren't being dealt with because in some circles, Steve Sweeney's probably moderately a hero for making sure that patients don't start talking about home grow, because if they give it to patients, that's going to rile up everybody else. Well, why not us? It's legal, and they're going to make all the good arguments. You're making a legal product illegal to grow unless it, makes no sense. Other states agree. So we are once again an outlier,
Jim, are you available August 14th? Saturday?
August 14th.
When I say I'd have to check my schedule, it's not like I'm busy, but I do have doctor stuff going on, so I got appointments, and I got to check.
We would like you to speak at the Lake and Bake up in Morris County.
A special guest.
I saw that. I saw that.
Fishing, boating, swimming.
Hot,
whatever.
We could probably get people to make videos.
Yeah.
Set up a little video booth.
Yeah. I can't say I
come over
I
here.
I can't say no.
Look, please look into it.
I can't say no, and I do like the idea. Yeah. That'd be, I assume, what day? Saturday? I assume?
Saturday. We'll need literature, regardless whether you come or not, to give to people or to have people see.
Yeah.
We'll have an informational area for stuff, for petitions.
That's a great idea.
There should be a better sense of direction by then, too, Well, you know what? I appreciate you appealing to my advocacy, but appeal to me more about the lake and just sitting around,
dude,
and letting go
lots
for
of
a
picnic
while.
tables, good food, good company.
Food, bar. What else?
Cannabis
Music.
overload. What was the term you used before, Lefty? Cannabis overload. Cannabis.
Yeah, it's definitely cannabis overload.
Cannabis overload.
Not cannabis theme. Cannabis overload.
Right. Yeah. Not cannabis at least, or friendly.
Cannabis friendly. No, this is not cannabis friendly.
No, this isn't friendly.
No, that's not friendly.
This isn't friendly.
It's the down and dirty.
Yeah, if I'm doing good with what I'm talking about now, and I'm feeling good about where I'm going by then, I'll show up. But if it's not going to be able to get any traction at all by then,
This will give it traction.
and I end up
This will.
disappointed as much as I am going to try, I always, I'm smart enough to know that I've been surprised enough times that I do have backup plans, and I look left and right. I got no backup plan for this. It's this or I'm done. And I'd like it to keep moving, because if it becomes it can't be a failure if it sets up things for the next session. But
I think people would be really excited to do this, to make a little clip. We set up a little booth.
Yeah, it's
somebody videos. We collect them. We make sure that they go to the right places. It's getting stuff done.
And I know. Let's invoke Pete Christopher one more time. It won't be with official release forms, but it also come with a quick video of yes, you're allowed to put this on YouTube.
Him and his release forms.
Everybody
sign that
enough
release
for me.
form.
It's not like I'm going to write a book and make money and it turns into a movie.
I'm not
and
signing your
screw
release
you!
form.
No, it's not.
I'm not signing your release.
Any of that. Basically, it works best if everybody's okay with it going up on YouTube, because then anybody can see it. And when you say when it's on YouTube and the next one shows up, you win right then. Although a Facebook group page would be good to encourage other patients, and actually once it starts, it'll be more open, right? At least in the beginning, I'm just culling who I want to deal with first by people that shared a petition, simply because we'll get a better foothold first. After that, suggest away everybody, welcome. But at first, it's going to have to get started like that, because I try to be pragmatic, and I'm looking at one thread somewhat about this, going this, so why aren't you talking about the bad butt at Curaleaf as a response? I'm like,
off topic.
Why would I? Yeah, and it's
called hijacking the post.
Yeah, well, I also I do stuff quick, and I read it and edit it once, so it isn't a screw you looking thing exactly, but I try to answer quickly, like, well, because it's not relevant, and I never bitch about stuff without offering recourse, and I don't think I have any. what would you say, or what, in other words, like, do you have idea for remediation or recourse for that? I'll listen and I'll help you do it. That's my suggestion.
Didn't you ask about home grow too, or some shit?
And I think people just need guidance. Like, I know the first time that I wrote to my legislators, I didn't know what to say. I was scared. I was scared to say something. I didn't want them to know who I was the first time.
It is.
And you just need a little guidance and let people know
this is what
it's okay.
I find that to be very sage advice, because I think that's very parallel to what patients feel. A video, what should I say? It's when you tell them you don't have to know anything about the bill at all, other than the bill number, and it's written right here, and your senator's name is right here, and one other thing, so you don't fumble for a name. Just address your senator, senator, whoever it is. Just start out by saying that. I'm a constituent, so it's Senator Bateman, I'm a constituent. I'd want to thank you. Senator, whoever, I'm a constituent. I'm also a patient. And S3420 would do more for me in my life as a patient than I could ever tell you. Would you please talk to one of the co-sponsors from your own party? That's it. Something like that. And we can try it a few times. My idea, help me out here if you can, is most people have a phone that I'd be holding their phone. And they'd leave with something. Let's try that again. Erase it. So it's just going to, beautiful. Perfect. Here you go. Now
go home, email attached.
Then I'm going to send you an email of the template. And then add what you might want. You really want to keep it short if you can, but if you feel like writing 5 pages, go for it. Have at it, and attach this to it. And then CC it to me. The CC means somebody else is getting it. Who's this pot for MSCC? It's all what somebody else will be thinking, not the patient. That's what the mark will be saying. And if they know it's that easy, and they know all they got to do is try it and see how they like how it looks, get one for 30 seconds that you like, extra credit if you're angry, anxious, feeling terrible, you're holding them responsible, whatever. And then I let them know where their senator is briefly too, so I have to know about where everybody is and how we'll go. And then I tell them I appreciate it, just so you didn't take a turn where you really shouldn't have, and it's not a matter of approval. I never, ever say, no, this won't work at this point, but I kind of like to see it first before you hit send. And it's worked with emails, but not with video attachments. I used to be Mailman Jim.
That's right.
In Congress, advocating for post-traumatic stress to get government marijuana for studies, because that's the right thing to do. And are you a constituent? That's the first question. You can walk into any congressional office you want. Walk right in. Don't even knock. You come right in. You come in, first person at a desk, you get to talk to them. First question they're going to ask is, are you a constituent? I'd like to talk to somebody about medical marijuana being studied for post-traumatic stress. Are you a constituent? Oh, hell no. I don't even live on the same side of the Mississippi. But let me whip this out. Little Blazing Saddles. And there's a letter from a constituent who lives in Milwaukee, Joe, real person. And the first thing he said is, I would like you to talk to Jim Miller, me, when he delivers this to your office in Washington, D.C. That's you. That's his request. He'd like you to talk to me. Now, you can say, no, I'm not gonna, and I got 32 other stops to make, and I can't make them all. So that works for me, too. This can be on the record. Have a seat. Okay. And it never failed. So you got to be a constituent. And that's why if you say I'm a constituent, it's not that they don't know that. It's everybody else that sees it. It's not for them, the legislators. It's for who they know will see it. They look through that lens. How is my colleagues going to perceive this? How is my family going to perceive it? But it's all about the colleagues. How are they going to perceive something? So when people say you need to have money to give, I say, or you can pick their pocket and give them some PR damage. You can give them some concerns. You can give them some baggage. And then in the end, that costs them. And it costs them money sometimes. I don't mean like they got to hire somebody. I mean they got to readjust something. They got to give attention where they didn't. And then they're going to look like that they bent to a pothead. Well, how's that going to look, And other people's expectations of them, within their own party. They're like a club, and everybody kind of does talk behind everybody else's back. I mean, it's like, it's got to be miserable.
We got to switch gears here.
What's that?
We have to switch gears here.
Oh, I know it.
Well, before we do that, I want to thank CMMNJ, cmmnj.org, Coalition for Medical Marijuana, sativacross.org, magicalbutter.com, UFCW, Local 152, jacksonstorms.com, arloglassopermachine.com, and Pure Puff Lifestyle Shop. But we have our list. And since we've been coming to this State House, this list has gotten really, really exponentially larger, and it's disturbing.
The list. Yeah, people that have passed away during the struggle that were contributors until they died. Some got drafted into the war, some joined. But they all played a part.
Cheryl Miller tops the list. Still, after all these years.
Must be important to them.
Something's going on
Must be
here.
important to the people that show up. They must know something.
We voted on this. Get it
Did we?
right.
Did we?
Get it right.
Didn't just vote on it. Voted over 2/3 majority.
Mandate.
That's a super majority.
Let's get it right.
You know.
Good night. Enjoy that bud.
You can get anything passed as a legislator with a majority of over 2/3. It's some sort of super majority. You could pass stuff left and right with that kind of votes. You could you could change a governor's decision with that kind of vote. So it must be that we don't count. Well, why should they do it? Not because it's the right thing. Appear to their legislative survival instinct is really
at this point,
is the best way to go.
At this point, they're all figuring that out. They're like, wow, we didn't think there were that many potheads in New Jersey. Well, yeah, there are.
Guess what?
And they're Trumpers, too.
Yeah. Well, it's time to let go of the rope. It's time to let go of the rope, you know?
Even your Trumpers are potheads, so there it is.
La 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 la.
Sabina Rose, a little 15-month-old baby, had a 25-hour seizure waiting for her medical cannabis card. They sent her to a psychiatrist at 1 year old.
Yes, to a psychiatrist.
Yay. Way to waste her time.
Well, what did she think of the psychiatrist? Because the psychiatrist is out of his league. You know? I mean, if she was happy, then he did his job.
Wow.
Did she coo?
Coochie coo. Really? Killed that baby. Kill that poor baby. And that's blood money right there. That's the blood money right there we're talking about.
It was not unnoticed. It did help push a movement of migration of parents with children, especially who had Dravet syndrome, childhood epilepsy. It moved them to Colorado, where
well, that was Jax and
I like shiny things.
Yeah, Jackson had to move out, and so did Vivian.
Yep.
Vivian, a bunch of kids had to move.
Well, you know, oddly,
Sarah had to go.
Diane Fornbacher felt she had to move, and her kids aren't sick.
Yeah, Diane.
But she's an advocate, and her
Yes.
kids were getting shit in school. And
Yeah, for hemp.
and Dyfus would be sicked on her.
Dyfus for hemp.
Yeah, because she has
My God.
marijuana around.
What?
Yeah.
For hemp?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
kids did a thing on hemp.
This is going
Ridiculous.
back now, what,
Yeah.
10, 12 years.
This is a while back when it was really, really bad.
And when hemp was so
And when hemp was
dangerous.
like, oh my
Remember
God.
that?
Hemp?
Yeah.
Uh,
I've been disappointed. I mean, I don't know if it was hemp. It was just simply grown in a park, so it had no value as smoke, no matter how much you smoked, and it just pissed me off. It kind of smells like it.
Yeah, it looks like it. Diane, Gracie, Cindy Mae, Marie,
Oh, man.
Jack, Joan, Randy, Polly, Bill, Chad, Jeremy, Colette, Matt, Troy, Russ, Roger Barber, Jay Orletto, Ella, Hattie, Jackie, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Felicia, Lynn, Dan, Sean, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Brian, Flo, Carl, Thorne, Frank, Lorraine, Terry, Charlotte, Cher, Jaybird, Michael, Marley, and Jeff Oakes.
Maybe 5. I didn't quite know. What shocks me is these names are way too familiar to me. And I like that it was always the 4th, but you added the 3rd verse of Ode to Remembrance.
What's up, man? How are you?
You got headphones on. You can't hear him.
Thank you. We need homegrown, man. We need it. That's what we need. We voted on this, right? Didn't we vote on this? See, he's got his medical cannabis card. He's got his medical cannabis card, and he wants to grow weed. You want to grow weed, and you should be able to grow weed.
We're on it, man.
We're working on it. That's why we're here. We're fighting for you to get some weed in your home. You got it, man. God bless you, man. Feel better. I'm sorry you're suffering. I'm sorry you got a card. I'm sorry you had to get a card, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to get a piece of plastic to prove how sick you are, and then verify it every year with money by the doctor. And oh yeah, I got cancer.
Yeah.
I got AIDS. Oh yeah, I got my MS. I have to verify that every year. Why?
Yep, still got it.
Oh, yeah, I still got it. Still. Really? These are sick and dying people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sick and dying people, making them jump through hoops.
2 out of 3 people.
We're not giving them wheelchair
voted
access.
agreed.
We're not giving them the things that they need. We're not giving vets the medicine that they
We're
need
not
in their
giving
towns.
them a right to be heard.
We can't speak our First Amendment right in council meetings. The things we gave healthy people for 14 months. Now disabled people are asking for those same things, and we can't give it to them. Oh, we don't do that anymore. Well, you did it for 14 months for healthy people. What about the disabled people?
You're
disabled
talking
vets.
about the Zoom meetings.
The Zoom meetings,
that
the virtual.
makes me angry.
I get
There is
crazy.
no reason that they can't have a Zoom meeting too.
Crazy.
The reason they can't is they don't want other
don't.
people joining it.
Yeah.
That's the bottom
Oh,
line.
it makes it too easy
Zoom
to take
bombers.
part. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what keeps
I mean,
people away.
since Zoom, I'm able to take part in council meetings that I never could. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Now
They don't like that.
Then then on the state level, Steve Sweeney's doing exactly the same thing, saying, "I don't want informational hearings posted. We don't want patients to testify." That's what goes on. It's not that he doesn't want anybody. He doesn't want information that legislators need to know what they think about this bill. So that's why informational hearings happen, to let senators know what's going on. And he's trying to run out the clock, There's no 48-second clock here. Or whatever a shot clock is. I hope it's 48.
Boys and girls, we'll see you the Lake and Bake Atlantic City Cannabis Festival coming up soon. We'll see you there. We got council meetings all next week. We'll see you at those. Hashtag They Shall Grow. Hashtag Jeff's Law. Hashtag LetPatientsGrow.com. Let Patients Grow New Jersey.
Let Patients Grow NJ.
NJ, that's it.
Because then that's a website.com.
Yes.
But it's also Facebook page with separate words.
And our last person on this list is Jeff Oakes, and he fell with his face to the foe, just like Cheryl did. He kept fighting to the very end, and it was amazing.
Now, I like how you, for years now, started out citing the fourth stanza of Ode to Remembrance, and then you added the third to it. I believe it was the third. And I've always liked what it signified because it was written in remembrance of the fallen in World War I, and it's slightly different from countries that took part. But it's the Ode to Remembrance, and it applies to patients who took part in the struggle so well. And then we found out that the words to the fourth stanza are literally etched in stone at the War Memorial Auditorium.
That was crazy.
Over a window. We didn't know it for
We
a
didn't
half
know that.
hour. We went down there on a rain day afterwards, one of the last podcasts, and stood there in awe that it was there. But
we were looking over here. We're like, what Joanne told us, and Joanne's like, look, and we were like, over here. We're looking.
But it's got in the third stanza.
Oh man,
I love the.
You want to read it?
The prose. I might have a hard time. I mean, I can see it and all, but I'll say it with you. The second, the straight of limb. It's just that some who were patients weren't young and strong when they went to battle. They went with songs to the battle. They were young. Straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember
them.